But since you guys have not studied about new education policy, I have done it for all of your kids, including mine, of course. As per new education policy, every school in next couple of years will be forced to offer any 5 subjects to your child. And I'm talking about ISC and CBSC. So ideally, there will be no medical, non-medical, commerce, and humanities. A lot of CBSE schools have already started doing it by offering subjects which can make a science student also a commerce student, make a commerce student also a humanities student. They're already doing it. But in next 1 month or so, if you are in grade 10, expect your school to send you a form which will say, tell us about your choice of subjects for grade 11. If you're in grade 9 ISC board, you must have already got the form, or you will be expecting to get the form. And similarly, if you are into international curriculum, expect the form to come latest by December for you to choose your subjects for IBDP or AS and A levels. Kya karenge us time? How do you decide the subjects? Now, let me ask you a question. Today, when you decided that you have to, come online, what came first? You opened your laptop and then decided, chalo yaar, aaj Abhishek ka session sun lete hain. High school moms ka session sun lete hain. Or you knew that it is a high school mom session and that's when you clicked the link. What happened first? Help me understand. You knew there was a session and then you clicked the link, or you clicked the link and then decided that let me attend this session. You knew that there is a session and that's when you click the link, right? If for a normal day-to-day task, destination is more important, then why is it not important in subject selection? And that brings me to the point. You cannot do subject selection first and career selection later. It has to be career selection first and subject selection later, so that you know which is the right career you're targeting, and then you select the right subjects around that career, subjects which are required by that college, required that by that university, or are important for that particular career. Now, assuming that all of you have decided about the career, I'm assuming right now, I know you haven't, but for next 10 minutes, let's assume that you have decided about the career. How do you look at subjects? Now, most often than not, the biggest mistake that all of you do is possibly, let's see if I can open notes here. Oh, I'm unable to. Forget it. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So most often than not, you will look at subjects into as PCM, PCB, maybe commerce, with or without maths, and you will look at it as humanities. This is what you do. Okay. You decide about subjects in these manners. However, what you do not realize is that when you do subject selection in today's time, you need to be equally focusing on the optional subjects other than the main subjects. Now, PCM. If I say PCM, what is the career that comes to your mind? Tell me in the chat. Which is the career that comes to your mind? Engineering, JEE. Now understand the situation. What is the hit ratio of JEE? 2%. I made a video on Instagram which has already seen 4 million views. And that video said that quota for 98% failure rate, quota in dummy schools for 98% failure rates is a 60,000 crore business for 98% failure rate, not 98% success rate, right? Now imagine kya hua. PCM सोचते ही आपने सोचा engineering. All of you thought it's engineering. And in that race, you did not realize that your chances of getting into the best of the engineering colleges are only 2%. Now, for that 2% chances, you focused your entire energy on it, and it didn't happen. That was the first impact when it didn't happen. But the second impact was when something else could have happened, you did not even focus on it. So there was no backup, which means it's a double whammy. मैं जो नहीं बन सकता था उस पर मैंने फोकस किया, वो हुआ नहीं, और जो मैं बन सकता था उस पर मैंने फोकस किया नहीं, उसकी प्लानिंग करी नहीं. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Do you get it? Now, understand this, that schools today will offer you certain optional subjects along with your core subjects. So let's take an example of PCM. Your school will offer you computer science. Your school will offer you economics. If you have to do your subject selection right, please ensure that PCM, I'm going to use one. My team is telling me, are you not using presentation? I said, I'm going to use one. But I want you guys to listen to me. Actually, not listen to me. Whatever I'm speaking should not go here or here. Should go here. If it goes here, then I will understand that you are intentional about your child's career. And if children are listening to me today, and a lot of you are listening to me, Samarth, Sanvi, everybody, remember one thing, guys, it's your free will of what you want to be. As simple as that. So tonight, tell yourself, what do you want to be 10 years from now? And start doing everything right so that you can be that person. Otherwise, it's not happening. Otherwise, you're just dreaming to be successful like your parents did. Simple as that. Anyways, coming back. So when you're looking at PCM, start thinking about computer science or economics as an optional subject. The moment you take PCM with economics, which most of your schools give you, you're now not just a science student, but also a commerce student. Do you understand? You're not just a science student, but also a commerce student. And guess what? The top 7 careers of the world, the top 7 highest paid careers of the world are actually not a byproduct of PCM. The top 7 careers of the world, the top 7 highest paid careers of the world are a byproduct of maths and economics. Whether it is investment banking, whether it is economic consulting, whether it is actuarial science, whether it is data science, these are all byproduct of maths and economics. अब PCM के साथ आपने कोई optional subject नहीं लिया, thinking that it will add pressure to you. What you did actually is, for that 2% success rate, you left out all the highest paid careers of the world. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Give me a thumbs up, give me a heart sign, give me something, else I'll have to cut down on my what I'm talking. Now, maths and eco is one of the deadliest combination possible in today's time. One of the deadliest and highest paid combinations of today's time. The moment you have PCM plus eco, that's when you have the strongest chance of becoming a data scientist as well. What is data science? Have you ever opened any program, any university's degree in data science? They only teach you 3 things: maths, economics and statistics, and Python. That's it. That's it. This is what they teach you for 4 years to become a data scientist. So if you have to take one suggestion when you're doing subject selection, look at optional subjects. And I'm just taking few examples and then move ahead. I will not take all the examples. Coming to PCM plus PCM plus computer science. Do you know, to become a data scientist, you do not have to become an engineer. And the salaries of data scientists are 3 times that of engineer. Wow. But you are not even thinking about it. And data science degrees are not engineering degrees. They are bachelors of sciences in data science. They are called BBA in data science, and they are called BCom in data science. Whoa. The problem happens is when a non-math student says, hey, I want to get into data science. सोच क्या रहे हो? How do you even think it is possible for you to get into data science without mathematics? Don't even think that. It's not about a career. It's about a career where you or your child will become successful. आज सुबह ही मेरे साथ हुआ. I was speaking in one of the schools. As high school moms, we are your community and we get invited to lots of schools. So a parent asked me, Abhishek, what is the best career after PCM? And I said, ma'am, I'm sorry, I'm not answering. It's a wrong question. The question should have been, Abhishek, what is the best career after PCM for my child? Because for your child, the career could be different. And for my child, the career could be different. It is not about a career. It is about in which career my child can become top 1% in that career, like Abhishek Gupta became top 1% career counselors in the world. It is about the career where my child will become successful. So PCM plus computer science can take you to a very interesting career. It is called computational mathematics. And imagine computational mathematics as a career has nothing to do with physics and chemistry, which means a commerce student with computer science can also get into computational mathematics because it has nothing to do with PC, physics and chemistry, which also means to get into space sciences, I can do two routes. One is the astrophysics route, where I could have done bachelor's in physics, master's in astrophysics, and become a space scientist. Or I can take computational mathematics route, where I could have done a degree called bachelor's in computational mathematics and gone into space sciences. But it also means that a commerce student has the same chances to get into space sciences in today's time, like a PCM student, because you need a degree called computational mathematics. So what you need to understand is the way you look at careers is very, very different than a way a career counselor looks at careers. It's very different. Let's take another example, PCB. 0.02% hit ratio in NEET. अगर कैंसिल नहीं हुआ तो कैंसिल हो गया तो वो भी खत्म. That's also over. 27 lakh registrations this year. 1,37,000 seats. Paid, unpaid, general category, SC, ST, OBC, all put together. How do you think your child is making it? The problem is you all, as parents, are living in a fantasy world. And that fantasy world is, I could not crack IIT. My child should be able to crack IIT. It's a fantasy world. I meet students, and I can tell you honestly, 9 out of 10 students, when I meet them alone, they tell me, sir, I want to tell my parents I cannot do it. 9 out of 10 students. And you guys are so fascinated by this PCM and PCB engineering and medicine without realizing that these are not even the highest paid careers today. Forget that. Open the website of IBM, Meta, Google. Look into their career sections and nobody's asking for an engineering degree anymore. The careers are looking very, very different. You want your children to work into these companies, but guess what? As parents, you have never even opened their career sections to sit with your child and say, hey, these are the kind of careers they are looking at. This is what their requirement is. Now let's spend next 4 years doing everything so that you can get your job in Google. That's called planning. PCB, 0.02% hit ratio, 15 years to become a doctor. 15 years. Let me ask you this question. When was the last time you went to a doctor who was just MBBS? Anybody? Nobody. Aditi Sahu, thank you so much for correcting me. Let me prove how 15 years. Okay. I always like it when you have a question for me. 27 lakh aspirants, 1.37 lakh seats. Everybody is not making it. You think your child can do it with 1 year of drop, 1 year of dummy school, 1 year of no school? The chances are you haven't seen the averages. The average of a drop year kid also is 0.02%. Let's assume your child is intelligent, is able to do it in 1 year of gap. 1 year of gap, 5.5 years of MBBS, 6.5. Followed by internship in a government hospital, let's say still 6.5. Nobody shows to an MBBS anymore. Rather, an MBBS does not even get a job as a medical representative. Forget about a doctor. So you got to be a bare minimum MD or MS. And if you are intelligent enough, maybe an FRCH, MCPH. Now, to crack an MD exam in India, bare minimum 2 years of effort. Like you prepared for NEET, now you have to prepare for NEET PG. 2 years of preparation, 8.5. If you clear all your papers on time of MD, then 2 years of MD, 10.5. If you clear all your papers on time for MS, then 3 years of MS, possibly 11.5. When was the last time you showed it to a fresher doctor? So bare minimum 2 to 3 years in a good hospital under a good doctor, so that next time when you open your clinic, you will be able to write X Deen Dayal Upadhyay medical resident, X AIMS resident. 15 years. Did you even ask your child before paying the fees for that medical entrance coaching company, Beta, will you be able to study for 15 years? Forget that. What if your child is unable to crack MD? The capitation fees for an MD radiology in Delhi and Mumbai is 8 crores. 8 crores. You think you can buy it? Go ahead and do it. The problem is, now imagine when a child comes to me with a parent and says, I want to become a doctor. Do you know what 2 questions I ask them? And guess what? Being high school moms, millions of you follow us. No surprise that 250 of you are joining on a Saturday evening. Millions of you follow us. And you know what I ask them? Only 2 questions. You want to become a doctor? Fine. Question number 1, is anybody in your family already a doctor? Question number 2, does your family owns a hospital? Because that's when you'll be able to justify the expense and the time you have spent. So, सारा focus PCB पे था for 0.02% hit ratio. नीट क्लियर हुआ नहीं, जो बन सकते थे उसका प्लानिंग किया नहीं. At this juncture, when you take PCB, please remember to take either mathematics or psychology as an optional subject. Because PCB plus maths can still make you a non-medical student with being still a medical student. And PCB plus psychology can make you a great clinical psychologist, counseling psychologist, forensic psychologist, or a career counselor. Oh, sorry. According to you, career counseling is not even a profession. It's not even a career. My apologies. I'm unemployed. Running an organization with 100 people working for me, 25 million of you following me, 200 universities dying to meet me, 5,000 schools connected with me, and I'm unemployed according to you. Guess what? PCB plus psychology, that psychology was a lifesaver for you. And I always say this, धीरे धीरे हम सब पागल हो रहे हैं, साइकोलॉजी को तवज्जो देना चालू कीजिए. Start thinking about psychology. Imagine, पागलपन नहीं बोलेंगे तो क्या बोलेंगे? जो काम आपको आपके बच्चों के लिए करना था वो मैं कर रहा हूं। इट्स क्रेजी। और जो काम स्कूल्स को आपके लिए करना था उसको मुझे करना पड़ रहा है। Psychology is the future, ladies and gentlemen. Try and call, just try it once. Try and call one counseling psychologist in your city and ask for their appointment. Look at the waiting period and ask for their fees. And you will realize why they can only meet 3 people in a day and they're better than doctors. They meet 3 people in a day and they make more money than doctors. Try it. Forget that. Do you know the highest paid career of biology is not even becoming a doctor? It's a career called bioinformatics, which takes only 4 years after grade 12 to get inside that career. 4 years, which was nothing but PCB plus computer science. Commerce. Now, for those of you who are in grade 10 and grade 9, and especially the parents of grade 9 and grade 10 students, listen to this statement very carefully. I repeat, for those of you who are in grade 9 and grade 10, and especially the parents of grade 9 and grade 10 kids. Who all are the parents for grade 9 and grade 10? In the chat, quickly. Give me a Y, give me a yes, give me a wow. If you like what I'm saying, do that. A lot of you. What I'm going to tell you next is going to break some of your hearts. And it might just make your career too. कुछ दिल टूटेंगे और कुछ करियर्स बनेंगे अगले स्टेटमेंट से। हो सके don't leave mathematics till grade 12. Do maths on standard level in IB. Chalega. Do basic maths. Chalega. Do applied maths. Chalega. Take maths as an optional subject. Don't score 90. Don't score 80. Score 70. Score 65. Chalega. Don't get bothered about 10th and 12th mark sheet, because no university in India requires your 10th or 12th board results today to give you admission. No university outside India requires your board results to give you admission. No. But do not leave mathematics. Once you leave maths, you'll be out of touch with maths. There is no entrance exam in the world which will not check you on mathematics. Zero, nada, nako, zilch. Don't leave maths. Number two, if you want to be, and now I'm talking to all the kids. Kids, if you want to struggle like your parents struggled, go ahead and leave maths. Because the fact remains is, majority of the futuristic careers in the world are dependent on mathematics. And that fact won't change. Whether it is bioinformatics, which is biology, mathematics, and Python, whether it is data science, which is economics, mathematics, and Python, whether it is financial analytics, which is accountancy, mathematics, and Python, no futuristic career in the world is without mathematics. So, I really like the way my team has put in. The intention of this session is not to overwhelm anybody, is not to hurt you. It's only to tell you the truth. And that's a fact. My intention is not to make you feel bad. My intention is, but I cannot tell you what you want to hear. You are here to listen what is right. So how many of you agree with this, that you are okay with me sharing absolutely truth, but nothing but the truth? Give me a yes or a no. Thank you. Avni, you don't have to be worried now. They all have agreed. She's worried if some parent would end up saying, oh, Abhishek Gupta scared us. No, my intention is not to scare you. My intention is to give you the right information. Now, millions of students year after year come to us for career counseling. And when they come to us for career counseling, or they come to us for college application services, or they come to us for profile building, there are very basic questions we ask them. And the first question we ask them is, do you even understand what is the requirement for the career you want to get into? And guess what? 99% of them do not even know what is the requirement of the career they want to get into. And that's why it is important for you to identify the career first and then choose the subjects later, so that requirement aligns with the career. And I'll tell you how you can choose the career also. Anyways, PCB plus psychology, PCM plus eco, PCM plus computer science, commerce with maths, not without maths. Please understand, there is no career in economics without mathematics. Get it right. Please get it right. There is no career in economics without mathematics. And also get it right that if you plan to do just a CA or a CS, because you have taken commerce, you have again gone wrong. That was a great career in the past. I mean, actually, not even in the past. I'm yet to see a CA who is happy in life. They all are bundled under big files and they don't have a life of their own. My son asked me one day, he asked me two questions. He's in grade 11. I'm going through the same journey. One question 3 weeks back was, and he's an IB kid, right? He wrote his second attempt of SAT today morning. And he says, Dad, do you think I should write IIT? You know what my response was? Son, do you think I should give you a slap? Why do you want to get into something where everybody is getting into? Didn't you learn only one thing, that your father's career is something people don't even know it's a career, and your father makes decent amount of money? So why do you have to go where there is too much of a supply? Why can't you find the career where there is no supply and a lot of demand? That's called planning. The second thing he asked me, do you think I should do CACS? I said, you have decided that you want to give up on your life or what? Because you will not be able to get out of the files ever. You want to do commerce? Do financial analytics. You want to do commerce? Do business analytics. But the problem, these two best careers out of commerce, financial analytics, business analytics, actuarial science, third one, investment banking, fourth one, all of them require mathematics. So commerce with maths. But commerce students, please, if it is possible, take psychology as an optional subject. Why? Because the fifth highest paid career in the world is behavioral finance, which is nothing but accountancy and psychology. Sixth highest paid career in the world is behavioral economics, which is nothing but economics and psychology. And guess what? Business studies plus psychology is human resources. Marketing plus psychology is consumer behavior. You have no idea how many careers you can open up by taking that one psychology. Humanities students. एक बाप की सलाह लेनी है तो वो ले लो, because my child is in the same class as yours, grade 11. एक career counselor की सलाह लेनी है तो वो ले लो. Even with humanities, try not to leave maths. Guess what? You are thinking you will do psychology, but do you know, to get into any kind of research-based career of psychology, you will need statistics, because that is the core to plotting graphs, doing research. So do not leave maths. And humanities students, just by keeping maths, because you had eco, you will still remain a commerce student. Commerce is not accounting. Commerce is economics. Accounting is accounting. Do you even know there is no accounting subject in IB? Why? Because accounting is clerical, finance is managerial, and finance is a byproduct of economics, not accounting. How many of you like what you're hearing? Yes or no? Yes, no, maybe, heart sign, hate sign. Avni wants to say something? Okay. Nobody likes it?
I
Nothing
have
in...
just enabled the chat. I
Ah,
had kept it off, yeah.
no, don't do that, Avni. I got scared that at 9 o'clock in the night, I'm trying to speak from my heart without a presentation and nobody likes it. Okay. Understand this, guys, that even when you are in, so this was CBSE and ISC, where you need to do your subject selection. Now, the second thing would be, how do you identify which are the right subjects for you? Do not identify subjects first and then the career. Identify the career first. Because, for example, somebody is able to tell you that, listen, buddy, you'll be a great data scientist. Then you know, I cannot become a top 1% data scientist in the world till I am good at mathematics. So I can at least focus on maths. I will not leave maths. The moment I leave maths, I will at least, I will end up letting going of my dream of becoming a data scientist. So identifying career is most important right now, not the subjects. The moment you have career in front of you, you'll be able to identify what are the core subjects and optional subjects you should keep to get inside that career. But when you identify career, please understand this thing really well. And let me tell you that, guys, you have to stop typing in the chat. It distracts me. So I'll have to ask Avni to stop it. You'll have to stop typing in the chat. I will take questions when I want to take questions. Very clear. If you are giving me your 2 hours, so am I. So let's respect each other. Avni, can you please stop the chat? Thanks. I hate monitoring parents and students, but unfortunately cannot help it. Now, when you identify the career, please start thinking about futuristic careers. And I always do this, and I'll do it in front of you again. हो क्या रहा है? चाय पिला देंगे. हो क्या रहा है? Because you could not become computer engineer when the demand of computer engineers was through the roof, today you want your child to become a computer engineer when the days of computer engineering are over. NVIDIA, the biggest company in the world today, much bigger than Google and Microsoft and IBM and Meta, the CEO of NVIDIA, an IT company, says after coming to India, please, for heaven's sake, stop learning software engineering. Computers can do programming today. And you are still thinking about it. ये वही बात हो रही है जो आप लोगों ने अपने wealth के साथ किया. Exactly. This is what you did with your wealth planning. What do you talk on the dinner table? 20 years back, I should have bought a property in that area. It was a jungle then, and today it would have been worth crores. I think property and jewelry are made with luck. No, they are not made with luck. They are made with investment. You did not invest, and the bus ran away. This is the exact same thing you're doing with careers. My question to you is, as a parent, if you ask me, do you want your child to be successful? I'll say yes. Do you want your child to make a lot of money? I will say yes with a capital Y, capital E, capital S. And I will not be apologetic about it because I'll teach my child how to earn ethically. But do I want my child to be happy? I will say yes, yes, and yes. Now imagine how many of you really think that your child will be able to make that dream of yours successful where your social level changes. For example, in case of Abhishek Gupta, from a lower middle class family, now I might be in high net worth individual family just because my parents allowed me to do what I wanted to do. I did not become an engineer. Even after 90s in grade 10, I did not do CACS because I knew what kind of career I want to get into. I wanted to get into a career where I'm allowed to talk because that was my strength. So do not do the same mistake which you have done with yourself. Look at futuristic careers. I'll show you something and then you will understand what I'm trying to say. This is called Chat GPT, or some of you call it AI. Some of you who are wanting that your child should become a software engineer even today, let me tell you, gone are those days when a simple software engineer used to get a job, and those days are long over. But now with Chat GPT, it's completely over. I'll show you something. I will write a command here. I'm telling Chat GPT, can you create a code which can design my website, including a contact us page on the website? I do not know coding. Your website is ready, ladies and gentlemen. 30 seconds. I do not know. Look at the code. You just have to copy and paste it now. This is how the world is changing and you're not realizing it. And that's why 36% of engineers from IIT have not got jobs this year. 36% from IIT. God forbid if your child ends up into any other college lesser than IIT. Forget that. Some of you want your children to become designers. So I'm going to tell Chat GPT, I'm going to give Chat GPT a very difficult command. Abhi Independence Day gaya hai. I'll tell Chat GPT, create me a design where you are talking about India's Independence Day. Show India as Bharat Mata, goddess, dressed in Indian sari, but made up of tricolor. But this Bharat Mata should be a modern woman who knows how to run laptop or fly an aircraft. Very complicated design. A designer would take days to design it. Look at this now. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 designs ready for Independence Day. Bharat Mata dressed in tricolor sari with mobile in one hand, laptop in another, fighter pilot helmet in the third one. That's called a modern Indian woman. Second image, fighter pilot, and with our Ashok Chakra in the center. And you're still thinking about the same old traditional careers. Forget that. Some of you say, oh, my child should become a lawyer, without even realizing that this year, 15,000 engineers have lost their jobs in India because of Chat GPT. 3,000 lawyers have lost their jobs in India because of Chat GPT. So let me show you for all the lawyers. Imagine करिए मैं चाहता हूं कि एक let's write a contract between you and me where you have come to me taking my career counseling services and I have asked a lawyer to draft a contract between you client and me Abhishek Gupta. A lawyer will charge whatever money, maybe 50,000 rupees to draft this contract. And I have asked the Chat GPT to create a contract as per the laws of Maharashtra, which means this is as per the laws of Maharashtra in India. MOU, Party 1, Party 2, purpose, services offered, duration, fees, confidentiality, privacy, indemnity, termination, governing law, amendments, entire agreement, in witness, sign it. Do you even understand what's happening to the world? And if now you are not intentional about your child's career, I can only say, God help your child and God help you in future. My wishes are with you. That's it. I can't say anything more. So you got to have a career which is very futuristic. I always say this. आप और मैं जब स्कूल में थे in 4th and 5th standard, when we were in the school, if there was an India-Pakistan match, it used to have 3-stage process to watch it. First stage process was somebody had to climb the tanki.
Abhishek, your network, I believe, fluctuated. You went off for us. Okay, Abhishek is not there. Just a second. Okay. I believe Abhishek's internet connectivity has fluctuated a little. We are just trying to resolve that. Until then, just be a little patient and he should be back in another, I guess, 30 seconds or so. So just let's wait for Abhishek to come back. Just give another 30 seconds. Seems that the internet is fluctuating, so we are just trying to switch it to another Wi-Fi and reconnect, but stay tuned because yes, there will be a lot of information that would be shared, and we will definitely try to take few questions also at the end of it. And if there, because there was somebody who asked that would you talk to grade 12 students, so if anybody who wishes to ask questions to us and which is very specific to your requirements, just stay tuned. After the session, we will definitely take few questions and answer them, which is going to particularly answer queries and questions to your particular query. As well as somebody was asking about profile building, Abhishek would be coming in to that particular question also, that what is it that you need to do to build onto your profile, because our students have had that journey where they have established their profile. And I do see a lot of my students who were previously there, but also for that matter, they are also part of our current club also, and the student council also. For example, Agrim from Ludhiana, he's joined in. I do see him on the screen. So, okay, I do see Abhishek back.
I see one parent I just met couple of hours back, Abdul Rahman's mother. Thank you, ma'am, for joining in again. I counseled Abdul just about 2 hours back. He came to me for personal counseling. So thank you so much. Everybody, if you can still start your camera, I'm so sorry for getting dropped out. It makes me feel good when the cameras are on. Awesome. So when you're looking at careers, look at futuristic careers. When TV came, we all know how we used to watch TV. Somebody used to turn around that aluminum antenna and then we used to shout from below, "Oh, aa gaya." From black and white TV era to plasma TV today, it is a 75-year-long journey. What you saw of ChatGPT is the black and white TV of ChatGPT. And you know, when is the plasma TV of ChatGPT coming out? Next year, March, ladies and gentlemen. Next year, March. That's how AI is progressing. Do you know? High School Moms has developed something called guide.ai, where in next 6 months, you will be able to ask any question and guide.ai will be able to answer that question as a counselor. The intention is, we have given it a very tacky name right now. It's called AbhiBot. It's a very tacky name, but the intention is, can ChatGPT counsel millions of students without Abhishek Gupta being there on the room? So you need to look at futuristic careers. Now, the first question is, how do you identify the futuristic career? And it is not engineering. It is not medicine. It is not CSES. These are the careers which are not future anymore because you have to accept it. Future is already here. Thanks to pandemic, thanks to ChatGPT, it's already here. So even if you are looking at traditional careers, let's say you still want to become a lawyer, but you should not become a corporate lawyer or a criminal lawyer or a mercantile lawyer or a financial law expert. No, the 3 futuristic specializations in law would be data privacy law, cyber security law, intellectual property rights law. Where the law is there, lawyers are not there. The more the AI, the more risk of data privacy. The more the internet, more risk of internet frauds and crimes. So cyber security law. The more the internet, the more the copyrights, the more the patents, the more the trademarks. So intellectual property rights law. Okay. How many of you are loving this till now? A thumbs up, a heart sign, anything would help. Thank you. So how do you identify a career? Now, the most obvious answer that people will give you or you will give to yourself is on the basis of 10 standard marks. I got 95 in 10th, so I will take sciences, not commerce. Do you even know 9 out of 10 students, after getting 95 in grade 10, end up getting 70s in grade 11 simply because they took sciences when they were not meant for sciences. And without realizing that all the futuristic careers in the world, if you put all of them together, 90% of them are not even science careers. %90 of them. They're actually combination of commerce and science or combination of commerce and humanities. And that's why I told you PCM plus eco, PCB plus psychology, commerce with maths, commerce with psychology, humanities with maths. Now you will understand why I told you that. The problem happens is when you think that I have done a psychometric test in school and that's why I have decided this career. It's a wrong way to choose career. Psychometric is what? It is personality assessment. How can you judge a personality of a teenager whose personality is changing every year. Classic example I'll give you about a kid. This kid was complete introvert till grade 8. Complete introvert till grade 8. Today, he's world's #1 debater in grade 11. World's #1 debater. He's a champion of Harvard, Oxford, Georgetown, University of Toronto, King's College London, Imperial College London, Cambridge. He's a part of the India squad of debating. He represents Team India. If in grade 8, I would have given this kid a career, I would have told him, you can never become Abhishek Gupta. Today, what should I tell him? You can become better than Abhishek Gupta. Because my career requires talking. So personality is changing. How I know this kid is because he's my son. His name is Shivansh. He runs his own foundation called the Teen Debater Foundation with 8,000 debaters in it who are getting trained by him free of cost. So psychometric assessment is a wrong way of doing career planning. And to all the kids, I'll give you a very funny statement, but I want you to understand it. I tell this to my son that till you were 14 years old, I used to love you and I used to like you. Now you are 16-year-old. I only love you, but I do not like you. Because you've started arguing with me. His personality has changed. From a papa's boy, today he's just a friend's boy. Papa is nothing, which is okay. But career planning cannot be done on personality assessment, especially when all the futuristic careers of the world are not personality driven, but skills driven. For example, data science. Data science requires you to be problem solver and analytical to become successful. It has nothing to do with whether you are an introvert or an extrovert. You understand? All the futuristic careers in the world are skills driven. So how do you actually identify the career and then the subjects? That's the first big question we got to solve. The only way to do it is 3 things. Write it down. Aptitude, interest, and skills. Aptitude, interest, and skills. Why? Because if aptitude is high and interest is low, you can be successful, but you'll never be happy. But I don't want that for my child. I've done so much of hard work that I want him to be happy. So if interest is high and aptitude is low, he'll be very happy, but not successful. But the problem is, and let me ask you this question. How many of you by now think that high school moms and Abhishek Gupta are great counseling team? Yes or no? Yes or no? Majority, yes. Somebody would also say no. I always get some people who hate me. But till now it has been there. No has been there. I love you. I love you all. I love you all. I really love you all. Okay. I'm very sure there are 2,000 other better career counselors in this country than me. But why is that newspapers called me Asia's #1? It's not because I am a good counselor. It's also because I had one skill, talking at 9 o'clock in the night with 250 of you without a presentation. Creating high school moms where 25 million of you follow me on social media. That made me a visible counselor. So which means to become successful, I don't just need aptitude and interest. I also need skills, because skills will make me super successful. So you got to identify aptitude, interest, and skills. Now, There is one way you can identify that, and I'll show you that. And I will take the example by taking a permission of Mrs. Rahman. I will show your son's aptitude report. Just wave a hi if you're okay with it. Thank you. I just counseled her child, and that report was there in front of me. So this is a report out of an assessment which is called G Paths, Guiding Paths. It's by High School Moms. So High School Moms is your community, and everything that High School Moms does under a brand name called Guide, G-I-D-E. Everything that we do it under a brand name called Guide. So in short to say, High School Moms does these sessions free, but Guide is paid. Let me put it this way. Guide is the brand, High School Moms is the community. Now, this is a 90-minute online assessment which checks your interest, aptitude, skills, and extracurriculars. And why extracurriculars? Because you cannot get into any good university today without extracurriculars and profile. And I'm talking about both India and outside India. No good university will take you without profile. I can tell you of students this year, 95% in grade 12, struggling to get admissions. And I have a student at 89% going to flame with full ride scholarship, 100% scholarship. भागिए मार्क्स के पीछे. यूनिवर्सिटीज बदल गई, आप नहीं बदल रहे. Marks are important, but they are not the entire deal. Anyways, this is a 90-minute assessment. In this, after your child takes a 90-minute online test, a report like this will come. First, it will tell the top 3 careers of your child. Out of the 15 top careers in the world. After that, it will explain each of the top 3 careers. So first career was business. It explained business, told what are the future careers in business. So management consulting, financial analytics, risk management. Then because this 90-minute test also had a 30-minute aptitude test, which is very closely aligned to CUET and SAT, we are able to also tell you which are the 36 universities where your child most likely will get the admission. 6 in India, 6 in UK, 6 in Canada, 6 in USA, 6 in Ireland and Europe, and 6 in Australia and New Zealand. So both India and outside India, including public and private universities, both. So for example, for this child, Shahid Sukhdev Singh College, which is a public institution, has also come. But Christ and Narsi Monji has also come, which are private universities. It will do for all the top 3 careers. But after that, it will do something really amazing. What if your child really wants to get into a futuristic career? What if your child says, I want to study finance also, and I want to study marketing also? A traditional approach will tell you, no, you cannot do that. But the modern approach is, yes, you can do that. There are universities in India where you can do majors in finance and minors in marketing. Or you can do majors in business and minors in computer science. So it will tell you the combinations of your top 3 choices: business and finance, business and marketing, marketing and finance. And it will also tell you which are those 5-6 universities in India where you can find these courses. After that, it will tell you your aptitude. Why it is important? Because if you know your aptitude, you'll be able to know which entrance exams you'll be able to do well. For example, for BBA alone, there are 37 entrance exams in this country. You prepare for all, you'll never clear anyone. And if I tell you that your logic is high, then you know you'll be able to clear symbiosis, because symbiosis checks on logic. And if I tell you your maths is high, then you know you'll be able to crack Sukhdev Singh, because it checks on higher level mathematics. After that, it will check you on your skills. But before that, it will also tell you if you are lacking in your aptitude, which books to read, which games to play, which techniques to use so that you can improve on your aptitude. Then it will tell you about your skills. And finally, a magic will happen. And magic will be, it will tell you which subjects you should take in school, which advanced placement exams you should write if you want to go abroad, which entrance exams you should take. And guess what? You click on this. See, it will open in Google Chrome, the actual website of that entrance exam. It will tell you what online programs, summer programs, certificate courses you should do to build your profile. And guess what? If you click on this, it will take you to the actual page of that particular activity. It will then tell you which are those 50 scholarships your child can apply if they want to go abroad and study, and you can make it possible. Do you know? After 12th, if you send your child, the scholarships are 100 times more than after graduation. Do you know that? Do you know top 150 universities of the world, all of them offer scholarships, including 100% scholarship. So there are futuristic careers and there are futuristic programs. You can take this assessment. This assessment costs 5,000 rupees. But what I have done is, for this session, I have reduced the price to 3,500. You can click on it, register. You can take it tomorrow. You can take it after a year. The link will remain valid, but it will only remain valid for one attempt. Just one attempt. And that one attempt should be given 90 minutes in one stretch. One stretch. Now, the second thing is now knowing which are the futuristic careers. And the third thing will be finding out how your child can actually study in the best universities in India and best universities outside India with scholarships. And let me give you a thumb rule. As long as your child is scoring above 85%, each one of you can actually think about studying abroad also on scholarships, as long as you apply well in time. I was speaking to Mrs. Rahman today evening, and I was very happy when ma'am made a statement. She said, she complimented me by saying that meeting you just for 2 meetings, my son has changed. Agreed, ma'am? Say yes or no. And that's what you need to realize. You can be a great parent, but you'll never become a great counselor because you might be a great CA. I cannot become a great CA. Please don't try and become a great counselor like me. जिसका काम उसी को साधे. Do not take careers lightly because it is that one career which will make your child go from a middle income family to a high net worth family. It is that one career which will allow your child to buy 5 houses which you couldn't buy. It is that one career which will allow your child to do everything that you wanted your child to do. So start investing time, effort, and money on your child's career. Not tuitions and not coaching. Career. All of you say that we spend 7 days a week working for our child. I ask you this question, one question. How many of you want your child to get into the best of the universities in the world, including India? Just raise your hands. Everybody. Now the question is, how many of you have opened the forms of those universities 2 years in advance and sit with your child to say, let's see what are the 15 pages in this form asking for, and let's try and do everything that is required to be done for next 2 years so that no column is left blank. That's called planning, and that's called love. You got to open the form 2 years early so that you can do things. So I will come to how to build profile, how to get into the universities, but I will now invite a very dear friend of mine, Sweetie Sethi. She is an executive director with one of the universities in Mumbai, known for some of very futuristic programs. I invited her today to have a 5-7 minute chit chat so that we can talk about careers. And I'll tell you honestly, you'll be amazed when I say this. Can you imagine a commerce student doing a science degree? Can you imagine that? The answer is no. Vriddhi Pandey just said absolutely not. High five, Vriddhi. But that's possible. And let me prove to you by bringing a director of a university. This university is known in Mumbai for futuristic programs, and it is not the one that you think about in Vile Parle. Sweetie Sethi, Executive Director, Atlas University, BKC, Mumbai. Thank you so much, Sweetie. How are you?
Very well. Thank you, Abhishek. I have just so thoroughly been enjoying your session and looking at your fervor, your enthusiasm in loving and love for these students in their careers. Thank you.
I'll show you that these people even will express their gratitude to you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Avni, please open the chat. Please welcome and join me in welcoming Sweetie Sethi. Say welcome, say Sweetie, give a heart sign, give a thumbs up.
Thank you.
Tell them how high school moms invites and welcomes their guests. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sweetie, question number 1. And I do not know, I know that there were some questions pre-decided, but I am known to always throw a surprise up the sleeve. So question number 1, can a commerce student do a science degree at Atlas, let's say in finance, a degree of science in finance? Is it possible?
A degree of science in finance. Yes, we have a BSc Finance and Analytics. So you can definitely come in as long as you have mathematics as a subject, because a finance degree with analytics will require you to have a strong hold on mathematics. And the answer is we've introduced it this year. Because we had a lot of BBA students that would come from commerce background, looking at specialization in finance and looking at careers which were data centric and analytics and stuff like that. And we had to introduce a finance degree this year. And we said it's the need of the hour. It's the need of what you've been speaking about, the futuristic careers. Every organization, every business is looking at people who can mine data, look at data, predict and secure future businesses. So a degree in finance is very much possible.
Thank you. Thank you, Sweetie. Avni, I want you to jump in because this conversation is going to get interesting. So I want you to also jump in and ask some questions to Sweetie. Ladies and gentlemen, again, reiterating what I said, most futuristic careers of the world, including in finance, futuristic career is not CACS. It's financial analytics, and it will require you to have mathematics. So for heaven's sake, please try and keep maths till grade 12.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Please try and keep maths till grade 12. All right. Sweetie, you come with such a phenomenal 2 decades of experience in L&D, in education industry. I want to know. Sorry, just 1 second. I want to know what are the other futuristic programs that Atlas has to offer, and I'll take a cue from there and then talk about futuristic careers in my later half of the session.
Sure. So much in line with what you were talking about, which is chat GPT and technology, Atlas is the first skill tech university in the country. This combination of skills and technology is the need of the hour. And I'm sorry, but it might sound repetitive for everybody, because that's exactly what you have already been saying to parents, that technology is here to stay. ChatGPT, generative AI, all of this is changing on an every second basis, and students need to be absolutely in touch with what's happening. So that's what Atlas brings. Atlas, regardless of you wanting to make a career in design or in business, or our third school, which is the technology school, has a mix of tech and skills in each stream. Now, skills will make the student competent in being able to do the job that they're hired for, but technology is something that is not going anywhere. So
Wonderful.
technology, whether you're in business, you need to know what are the tools, what is everything that you can use to be able to progress and stay ahead of the curve from a tech perspective in your business. For example, Ola, is a simple solution to a social problem, which is having cabs, but it is a business at the end of the day, and it's a tech-enabled business. So students may have business ideas, but if it's not backed up by technology, we understand that. Our biggest strength, I think, at Atlas Skill Tech University is it's multidisciplinary, which means that a design student can pick up an elective of robotics. A business student could pick up an elective of coding. Our technology students can pick up an elective of data or entrepreneurship. It's absolutely multidisciplinary, because we know that there is no one career out there which is going to be in its pure form of just business or just design or just technology. It's a blended world today. And
Thank you. I've been trying to say, there's a parent, Richa ji, saying, why is the discussion around finance? No, Richa ji, discussion is not around finance. Discussion is around futuristic careers. And in finance, financial analytics is a futuristic career. In science, it could be data science or AI and ML. But
yes,
coming to future careers are not engineering. Future careers are technology. There is a difference between engineering and technology. And that's what you need to understand. Sweetie, give me some more examples of technology-enabled programs available at Atlas. And I'll take it up from there. Avni, Sweetie, I'm just moving my internet connection because you're freezing for me. But answer this question, and Avni will take it up with the third question.
okay, sure. So some of the technology-enabled programs that we have are programs are technology-enabled from the perspective of their data visualization, there is digital prototyping, there's AI-enabled branding strategy, immersive media, 3D printing, fashion retail technology, SEO marketing, marketing analytics. All of these are future-ready programs that are technology-driven. What makes it technology-driven is the fact that these programs are filled with tools that the students have to use, are supported by laboratories that are state of the art. So a student actually works on tools such as a Tableau, a Python, or an Illustrator, Hootsuite, HubSpot, Trello, SEO platforms to actually generate campaigns and look at performance marketing, look at reaching out. And that's exactly what is expected out of the student when they actually enter the workplace. So when they enter the workplace, they know exactly how it needs to be done, and they're even smarter to be able to look at a tool and say, I think there is another one out there that can do even better. So comparisons, reasoning, critical thinking in terms of what is best for business is the responsibility of the university to give them that tool, that environment, that infrastructure, the content, and last but not the least is the facilitators. One thing is to have a great program, and the other thing is to have it delivered by those who actually are industry practitioners. Atlas Skill Tech prides itself, and we actually go a step forward, and right from University of Bristol to Exeter to Westminster, University of Arts University Bournemouth, Imperial College London, professors from these top universities around the world interface with our students in their classrooms. I think that's what any progressive university today can do, and not just Atlas. The curriculum is industry ready. tools are there to be able to apply what they are learning in real life and have it backed up by those laboratories that you have where the students can actually play with the technology and have the mentoring of the best universities around the world, not just the academicians that are great, fantastic academicians that make your university brilliant, but also from across the world. Bring them into your classrooms. So that's what we do.
That's amazing, sweetie. I'm so sorry I'm running short of time.
That's
but if students can come and visit Atlas, is there? I invite everybody from the Zoom room. You should go and visit universities to
Absolutely.
find out more about those universities. So, sweetie, is there a way that people can block a campus tour or anything that they can come and visit?
Absolutely. I'm going to leave my number in the chat, or you can leave it. I'll leave it with Avneet to leave it later. Just give me a buzz. I'll have it organized. Our campus is open Monday to Saturday. We are most happy to show you around, take you around, and show you what we do. And you will have the opportunity to speak with students and faculty. Just walk in and get the vibe. To add on to what you said, Abhishek, also in education, when I have been speaking with students, I've always said, no matter where the university is, if you're considering it, visit it once, because every university is not for everyone. So I completely agree.
University is not for everyone, and that's so correct. Thank you so much, sweetie Sethi,
Thank you.
for joining in tonight for
Thank you very
our
much for having me.
5 minutes chit chat.
Yes,
And talking about Atlas, and especially helping me understand about the future careers and programs Atlas has to offer. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Sweetie Sethi, Executive Director, Atlas Skill Tech University, Mumbai. Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you very much.
All right, coming
Thanks.
back. Coming back. For those of you who are asking me questions, direct questions, I will answer. And I will take up careers across sciences, commerce, and humanities. Don't worry. That's what the next step is. But my strongest suggestion is, if you are thinking about engineering, then start thinking about future technologies, not engineering. For example, students come to me and say, I want to become a car designer, so I am going for mechanical engineering. It's a wrong degree. The cars of today, BYD, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, all of them are launching electronic cars. They are not mechanical. They are computers driven by batteries. So even if you have to do engineering, it has to be metallurgical so that you can focus on the battery life. Understand that. And if you want to get into car designing, then you need to do a design program, not an engineering program. Understand that. So what I'm trying to say is, planning a career is very, very different than thinking about a career. And that's why all of you are invited to take that GPaths online assessment. And I'll give you the discounted link in next 15-20 minutes so that you can make most of it. And that link will be valid for 2 hours today. You can register. My only suggestion is register from your student's ID, your child's ID, not your ID. Because link will then go to your child, not you. So register from your child's ID, not your ID. And instead of that spending 5,000, you'll be able to spend 3,500 and take that assessment. But coming to my presentation now, which my team was really looking forward for me to share. And I'm going to skip a lot of slides because I've already covered a lot. That's High School Moms for all of you, Asia's largest parent and student community. And yes, very proud to say, a very average father of a very average child created this community for all of us. That's another community created by us called International Alliance of Counselors and Educators. Chances are your principal is also in the picture because we host the biggest conference for educators in the country, where they are locked inside a resort for 3 days. And guess what? This conference is not conducted by professionals. It is actually hosted by 6 students we select from around the country out of our student club called Guide Club. So your children can actually become a member of Guide Club and build their profile. all these students, there are 70,000 students in this club, and 70,000 students build collaborative projects. They do internships. They attend certificate workshops. Guess what? Very recently, some of our students got to attend a certificate workshop conducted by former Prime Minister of Belgium. And they got a certificate signed by former Prime Minister of Belgium. Any student who did that, please give me a heart sign. Any student who has done that? I see Ria Puri,
Ria Puri.
Arjun Sehgal. All right, awesome. Thank you. So there are students who have done that and they got a certificate. I'll tell you how you can become a member of Guide Club as well. But understand that engineering is a career of the past, not future. Even if you have to look at engineering, then one field I can say, two fields I can suggest you. One is called metallurgical engineering, and the other is called mechatronics, which is mechanical and electronics engineering combined, which will lead you to robotics. AI will replace millions of jobs by 2030. And I'm not talking about abroad, I'm talking about India. And this should scare you simply because this report is on India by India Today. World's biggest IT company, NVIDIA, says, alarm bells, nobody should learn coding. And it's said by an IT company, ladies and gentlemen, because ChatGPT is doing coding today. Lawyers, AI is coming for you. So 1990s was simple. Engineering, medicine, CSCS, law. This is today. Complicated. Very complicated. And that's why my strongest suggestion, अगर आप दो चीज कर रहे हैं और गलत कर रहे हैं तो ये होंगी. पहला, you are thinking about only engineering and not thinking about data science or computational mathematics or AI and ML. And to get into AI and ML, you don't need an engineering degree. You need a degree in computer science with focus on AI and ML. So the first mistake you are doing is not looking at futuristic careers. And second mistake you are possibly doing is, if your son's or daughter's list of university is same as what it was when you were applying for colleges, you have gone wrong. If it is same as the same university in Pune where I applied to, or same university in Vile Parle in Mumbai where I applied to, you have gone wrong. Now, before I go further, please take a screenshot of this slide. This slide has careers out of sciences, commerce, humanities, design, and these are the futuristic careers. And I bet you haven't thought about it. But एक चीज अपने आप पे एहसान कीजिएगा. इस स्लाइड को खोल के देखिएगा. Don't create a digital junk. Because 99% of you will not open it. And guess what? World knows that it's only 1% people who become successful. These are the ones who plan. When you tell your child do hard work, you are actually telling him a wrong thing. Because hard work is supposed to be done by people who do not plan. People who plan, they do planned work, not hard work. So planning is important. Now understanding how universities admissions have changed. So till your and my time, till about 10 years back also, admissions used to happen on the basis of grade 12 marks. And I'm talking about India and outside India both. Today, admissions do not require your child's grade 12 marks. Guess what? My students who are in grade 12 this year, who have just entered grade 12, They have already filed their applications to multiple universities. And they will be filing for their Indian admissions as well as early as by 15th September. And they will be sitting on offer letters as early as December and January and February and March, 5 months before board results even come out. So if your child does not get an offer letter by next year, March, then your child has not failed. We as parents have failed. It is not their duty to do research. They are teenagers. It's your duty to research as a parent. Otherwise, वही गलती repeat हो रही है जो आपने अपने साथ करी, and now you're going to do it with your kid. You cannot expect your child to get a salary of 2030 with your thought process of 1990s. That's not possible. So NEP has changed the entire admissions processes. Let me show you. Ideally, you should open the forms of the best of the universities in this country and outside this country 2 years ahead of application, which means the best time to start career planning is grade 9 and grade 10, not grade 11 and grade 12. It becomes late. And all of you who are suggesting your children, grade 10 boards are important. No, they are not, ladies and gentlemen. They might be okay important, but what is important is building profile along with grade 10, grade 11, and grade 12 marks. No university gives admissions on the basis of grade 10 marks. So if your child is capable of getting 95%, if Shivansh is capable of getting 95%, my son, you know what will I tell Shivansh? Shivansh, get me a 90, but do 5 different activities, beta. Otherwise, 95 is not getting you admission. Understand that. You tell your child, please do not be on Instagram. Look at the forms of the universities today. The first question is, please share your social media handle. Now, if you do not fill that, universities will feel that you're trying to hide something. So don't ask your children to delete their Instagram accounts. Tell them not to post anything wrong on that Instagram account, but have that Instagram account. Most universities will ask your child for their Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn accounts. And then there'll be multiple pages where they will ask you about what have you done in school over and above school academics, what extracurriculars, what competitions, what awards and honors. I'll give you a small example of Flame. 25,000 applications, 700 seats, 10-page form, and only 1 line about school marks. Rest all 10 pages are about something which you do not even know. How will your child get admission if you have not even seen the form? Forget that. Ashoka, Common App for United States, Stanford, Harvard, Carnegie Mellon. Do you know? High School Moms and Guide gets thousands of students a year. And 75% of them, they end up going to their dream university with scholarship. You can do that too. If you plan well, if you plan in advance. If you do not, if your child in grade 11 is telling you, I do not know what I want to do, trust me, as a parent, we have failed. So universities now look at interest, aptitude, and skills. Academics are important. So children, please study hard. But extracurriculars are also important because academics tell only how good a student you are. But extracurriculars tell universities a lot more about your personality, your ability to do things than just marks. This is the formula to get admissions into the best of the universities in India and outside India. Even if you want to do traditional degrees, though, take my suggestion, do not go for simple BCom and a simple BBA. You won't even get a job. But even if you have to think about these degrees, think about future specializations. For example, BSc Financial Analytics at Atlas. For example, BBA with finance major and marketing minor. For example, BBA in data science. For example, BCom in computer applications. For example, BCom in strategic finance. For example, BSc computer science with specialization in AI and ML. For example, BE in bioinformatics. For example, BSc microbiology. These are the futuristic careers. एक एग्जाम्पल दिखा रहा हूं मेरी लिस्ट का और मेरे बेटे की लिस्ट का इंडिया की. And you will see how universities have changed. My son is not applying to any university where I applied except Symbiosis, but that too in Symbiosis School of Liberal Arts, where he can combine computer science and economics both and study so that he can go into data science. For those of you who are still wondering, should I make my child study in India or outside India? Let me give you a suggestion. Today, the requirements for admissions in India are same as requirements of admissions abroad. Ask me and I'll tell you as a father, and I love my child as much as you love your child. My son will 100% go abroad and study. But that's me. But am I making him apply in India? The answer is a yes. He will apply to Atlas. He will apply to Flame because these are the best of the universities in India today. But the reason why he will go abroad and study is because his father knows that there are so many scholarships that he can get. And he has done research about it. I'll give you a small bar graph. The only university in top 200 in the world from India is IIT Mumbai. Acceptance ratio 0.02%. Guess what? Number one engineering college in the world, MIT, has an acceptance ratio of 4%, 4,000 times higher than IIT. And best part, MIT has a lot of scholarships available. Rather, forget about MIT. Top 150 universities of the world have all the scholarships you can think of as long as you are scoring 85% and above and building a profile. And I'll tell you how you can build profile and how you can apply to all of them. But remember, if you are telling your child graduation yahan se kar lo aur post graduation ke liye chale jana because you haven't done financial planning well, wake up. The number of scholarships in post graduation is 100 times lesser than undergraduation. And in post graduation, you will spend the same amount of money in 2 years versus an undergrad you'll spend it over 4 years. Scholarships. Kuch examples de raha hu. These are just examples. And don't worry, you will not be able to research yourself. So take screenshot, but you'll not be able to research. Again, like I said, jiska kaam usi ko saadhe. You do not even know when to apply and where to apply. Do you know? Flame, Ashoka in India give 100% scholarships. This year, 4 students from high school moms are going to study at Flame at 100% scholarship. Do you know? This year we have sent 4 students to United States at 100% scholarship, including 2 girls. And one is from Calcutta. Her picture is also there on my Instagram, High School Moms, because I personally went to drop her. She did not fly out of Calcutta. She flew out of Delhi because she wanted me to come and Avni to come at the airport to drop her. And we actually went. Scholarships. Scholarships. Let me show you the scholarship from India. Let me show you the forms. Last year, just my student club members got $23 million of scholarship. And you can make your child become a part of my student club, the Guide Student Club, where they can build their profile sitting at home from the same laptop you are using right now. Siddhant Bhardwaj, University of British Columbia, #1 university in Canada, $180,000. That's his offer letter. Look at the date. No board results come out by April 7th. How did he get through? Forget that. Rohini Saha, 100% scholarship from US. Look at the offer letter date. March. No board results come out. She's a CBSE kid. Forget that. Rushil Chawla, the president of Guide Student Club last year, 100% scholarship from Flame. Look at the date. February 2nd. He's a CBSE kid, ladies and gentlemen. No board results. Forget that. Board exams did not start. How did it happen? 2 more letters. Full ride scholarships. March 1st. Navya Seth was here in the beginning of the session. London School of Economics. NYU. Purdue. Look at the date. January 13th. How is that possible that a child can get into a university in January without board exams? Both in India and outside India. You know how? Because you are not aware that the admissions processes and timelines have changed. College applications now open in the same year when your child enters grade 12. And I'm talking about India, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm talking about abroad, ladies and gentlemen. Your child will enter grade 12th in April, May, or June. The college forms will open in August and September, and the round 1 will get over by October end. And if you have not applied in October end, you're not getting into the top universities, and you're definitely not getting scholarships, because all the scholarships are only in round 1 until and unless you are taking chance and you are in grade 12 already and you are planning to apply by December. So the worst you can apply is by December. Look at this. Ivy League Cornell. Offer letter in December itself. Ivy League है साहब, मजाक नहीं है. Now, one last suggestion that I will give you. If your child is preparing for IIT, okay, let's be honest here. Let's have the chat open. Let's be honest here. How many of you think your child is preparing for IIT or NEET and you still think you need a backup option or plan B? Yes or no? Look at that. More yeses than nos. Now imagine all you did was prepare for IIT and NEET and you did not even create your backup option. हिंदी में कहावत है ना, घर के रहे ना घाट के. So what you need to do is, I'll suggest you one exam which you need to write. And जैसे IIT की तैयारी के लिए 4-5 लाख रुपए लगता है, इस एग्जाम की तैयारी में भी 1 लाख रुपए लगता है. It will cost you 1 lakh rupees. But this one exam, if you are a science student, commerce student, or humanities student, all of you can write it because it's an entrance exam for all programs which will lead to futuristic colleges, universities, both in India and outside India, and will get you admission before board results are even announced. And you will not have to write 50 entrances in India. और अगर आपने ये चीज मेरे से पहले सुनी है और आपने आज तक डिसीजन नहीं लिया, then I can tell you, you're suffering from a perennial problem which plagues everybody in India. It's called over-analysis leading to paralysis. This exam is called SAT. S for Singapore, A for America, T for Tiger. One exam which is accepted by Flame and 50 other universities in India. One exam which you should write for US, UK, Canada, and Singapore. And don't come back to me asking this question. But Abhishek, UK universities do not ask for SAT. Should I show you? UK form is called UCAS. First page, third column is, have you taken the SAT? Canada, OUAC, second page, have you taken the SAT? Flame, first page. Ashoka, first page. Plaksha, Kriya, OP Jindal, Symbiosis. And guess what will happen? You prepare for SAT, and you can prepare for SAT as early as grade 10. Rather, the best time to prepare SAT is grade 10. Because grade 10 is the easiest class in next 3 years. If you're thinking you will do it in grade 11 and 12, grade 11 is the most difficult class. And that was the year when you had to focus on schools and you had to focus on profile building. Anybody from grade 11 who can tell me that, yes, you should have done SAT in grade 10? Anybody? Raise your hand. Agrim, let's hear from you, beta.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, beta. Thank you so much for raising your hand. Which class are you in?
I'm in grade 11, CBSE curriculum.
Is it more difficult than 10th or easier than 10th?
Definitely more difficult than 10th.
When should you have done the SAT? This year or last year?
Last year.
Thank you, beta. टाइम निकल गया. अगर आप लोग अभी भी 10th में हैं तो मेरी बात सुन लीजिए. Your board exams will happen next year, February, March. Your child can write SAT this year, December, and then you can send me a thank you email before Christmas. It takes only 3 months to be SAT ready, and your own high school moms prepare students for SAT. Students like Agrim, Navya, they come from all over the world and take our online SAT classes. And guess what? I promise you one thing. Even if your child is unable to get the right score in December, I will prepare them all over again next year in the month of May and June so that they can write SAT in the month of August again, and I will not charge you a penny extra. And that's a promise. And that is a promise. But it will cost you. And it takes 3 months of preparation. So stop telling your child, abhi to board year hai. Because you also know it and I also know it. This is the easiest year. But if you are in grade 11 and grade 12, and if you have not taken the SAT, next attempt is in December. Boys and girls, please take it. Please take it. For your own good, take it. And then you can send me a thank you email when you do not have to write any other entrance test. क्या होगा देखिए, जब आप यूनिवर्सिटीज की वेबसाइट खोलेंगे तो वहां पे लिखा होगा हैव यू टेकन द एसएटी. In bracket, it would have written in very small letters, optional. You all will get happy and jump. Oh, it is optional. We have not taken. Doesn't matter. You did not know what will happen if you click yes or no. If you click yes, it will immediately give you a pop-up and say, go ahead, schedule your interview. You do not have to write Flames exam. If you click no, it will give you a pop-up and say, please write the Flames exam. It will happen once in every cycle, but you can only write once in a year. And if you go wrong, we'll see you next year. Whereas SAT happens 7 times a year, a child can write twice and the best score will be counted. And I'm happy to prepare your child twice. Yes, SAT is an online exam. Yes, it will test you on maths and English. Yes, calculator is allowed, but you will still go wrong. Because this exam does not have anything that you can mug up. And that's why the score is valid for 5 years. And that's why my son took SAT as early as end of grade 9, early 10th. And his score will be as valid as your child's score. And today he gave his second attempt. Because the best score will be counted. But do not take first attempt without good preparation. And do not prepare it yourself, because SAT questions are not made by maths and English teachers. They are made by psychologists. And we will prepare you for SAT and it will cost you 1 lakh rupees. And that's the fees, and we will not discount. Simply because we are happy to prepare your child all over again and improve their scores and not charge you again. We give it free. As a community, we give it free, but we have given it free to all the students of Avsara Academy, which come from underprivileged background. All of them are taking SAT classes free from us. We give stationery and school bags free. We have given it to 3,000 students in an NGO-run school called Shiksha Kendra. 3,000 students get school bags and entire year of school stationery so that they do not drop out of the school. But for you, you do not need it. So we will tell you how to prepare for it. So SAT dilaiye. Now, what I'll do is, I'll also show you how your kids see all the universities in India which accept SAT. Look at Flame's website, look at Symbiosis website. If you have taken SAT, you do not need to write my exam. UK form, SAT. US form, SAT. MIT, SAT. Harvard, SAT. 50 से ज्यादा यूनिवर्सिटीज में आपको एग्जाम नहीं लिखना पड़ेगा. चाहे आप साइंस स्टूडेंट हो और पीसीएम लेके डेटा साइंस पढ़ना चाहते हैं या आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, आप पीसीबी स्टूडेंट हो और आप बायो इन्फॉर्मेटिक्स या माइक्रो बायोलॉजी में जाना चाहते हैं, आप कॉमर्स स्टूडेंट हो, आप फाइनेंशियल एनालिटिक्स या बिजनेस इंटेलिजेंस में जाना चाहते हैं, आप ह्यूमैनिटीज स्टूडेंट हो, आप साइकोलॉजी, बिहेवियरल फाइनेंस, बिहेवियरल इकोनॉमिक्स में जाना चाहते हैं, आप डिजाइन स्टूडेंट हो और आप डिजाइन के साथ मार्केटिंग पढ़ना चाहते हैं, take my suggestion, take SAT. You will prepare it with Guide. It was earlier called Genius Zen. We have changed the name to Guide Prep. Like I said, everything now we are doing is called Guide, and it is by your community. You can prepare your child's profile by becoming a member of Guide Club. Please remember, the career assessment can be taken by anybody from grade 9 to 12. Please do not take it if you are in grade 8. For grade 8 students, we are updating our test. It will be called G-Paths. It will be launched on 1st of September, the new version. But grade 9 to 12 students, the G-Path is already very updated till today. You can take it. Student Club is only for grade 10, 11, and 12, not for grade 9, not for grade 8. Student Club is completely online and it has its own director, president, vice president, several committees, MUN committee. Rather, we are also hosting a free MUN on 30th of August. Anybody who's participating, give me a love sign. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. See, I didn't even know students who are already a part of the club here. Thank you. Thank you, Ria, for doing that. Beta, are you a part of the club? Raise your hand. Yes. Okay. She is the part of the club. Awesome. So student club is an online club where your child will be able to do certificate workshops, do internships, make friends around the country and outside the country, and build projects. Very recently, one of my students, Navya, said, did a community service along with 40 other students in 40 cities called Gift a Smile. And she got through Flame with 100% scholarship, thanks to the club. But she's going to UK to study at one of the finest business schools in the world called Warwick. And she was also our SAT student. All of this is available online. These are the certificates which Siddhant got. These are the activities which Khushi did. And look at the offer letters they had just because they were part of the club. So how do you start? Before I open the house for questions and answers, I will tell you, and please take a pencil and paper. GPath costs 5,000 rupees. Today, for next 2 hours, I'm giving you a link which will allow you to buy it at 3,500. Student club costs 7,000 rupees a year. It's an annual membership fee. Student club does not mean you will become a part of the club council. Your child needs to be 1 year first a member of the club to even apply for the club council next year. 1 year member, bare minimum. The club costs 7,000 rupees a year. The total cost for student club and the career assessment is 12,000. $7,000 and $5,000. What I'm doing is I'm sending you one link in the chat. And I'm ready. Avni, can you ask Akash to send the link and discount it to 9999, 9,999. Bata wali pricing kar deta.
Sure, I will just tell him, just you will have to allow us 5 minutes to do the discounted price.
Yeah. You can take a club combo along with career assessment in 9999. That link will be valid for 2 hours. Any student from the club here who wants to talk a little bit? Agrim, you raised your hand. Anybody else? Okay, Agrim, can you please talk about the club a little bit? What do you do, beta?
Sir, the club first of all is very beneficial in terms of networking. I mean, the kind of people that we meet there, and we learn a lot about the kind of things they're doing, and it gives us a direction as well to work. And I'm also a member of the student council. So for that, we organize
Which
events. We
committee
are
are you in, beta?
debate and immune committee.
Oh, you are in debate and MUN committee. Wonderful. And
Yes.
you are one of the organizers for
Yes,
debating,
sir.
right?
I'm part of the secretariat. Yes, sir.
Very good. Congratulations. Congratulations. Great. Thank you, beta.
Thank you, sir.
And you have to stay connected with me. I didn't know that you are a part of the club. Okay. So Avni ma'am knows it, but I do not know you, which is unfair. How can somebody know only Avni ma'am? I'm also important. You cannot ignore me. Riya, I know you. At least you know me. Okay. So the link will come. Please register from your child's ID, not your ID. That link will be valid for 2 hours. And after that, your child should log into guide.ai, gid.ai. Once you buy it, the links will come onto your email automatically and complete their profile on the top right-hand side. So that, because there are 200 plus universities on our platform, and you never know, while your child is building his or her profile, one university might just offer them scholarship. So please ask them to complete the profile, because if profile is incomplete, nobody is giving them scholarship. Please complete their profile. Now, for SAT, we do online classes. The fees is 1 lakh rupees. I'm sorry, I'll not be able to give you any discount. You can subscribe online. You can call up on a number which is called 99 588 79749. 99 588 79749. Repeat, 99 588 79749. And if you are truly intentional about your career, for heaven's sake, take first attempt of SAT this year, December, irrespective of the class you are in. 12th में हो तो ऑप्शन ही नहीं है, दिसंबर तक देना ही पड़ेगा, अप्लाई करना है तो. 11th में हो तो ऑप्शंस हैं, but 12th will be too late, buddy. And 10th में हो, do not worry, we will get your SAT out of the way by December, just with 3 hours per week of classes. By December, and that's a promise. And then you can send a thank you email to me. The link to register for SAT is also in the same link. It will come to you. The moment you register for SAT, within 24 hours, a team will call you and give you all the options of the batches available. Batches are available on weekdays, evenings. Batches are available on weekends, 10 to 1, 1 to 4, 4 to 7. You will get a call within 24 hours for your batch allocation. That's it from my side. The link is coming into the chat, and then I open the house for questions and answers. While you are filling the link and using it, give me 2 minutes of break.
Okay, Abhishek, you have frozen.
We'll come back. Okay, I think I'm back. I will only take questions from people who are on the camera. I'm very clear. If I can create high school moms for all of you and do this, even I had a weekend today and my son wrote an SAT and he had a fab paper. So I could not take him out for a movie, I promised. If I'm doing this for you, you can at least come on the camera and ask me questions. Not answering any question from the chat. Come on the camera, I'll answer questions. Okay, I'll take questions after 5 minutes. Meanwhile, just give me a 5 minutes break. I'll take the questions. The link is coming into your chat. I will also do one thing.
Oh, sorry.
I'll also do one thing. I will ask the guide team, GIDE team, to send you a WhatsApp with all the links and mobile number of SAT preparation. Those of you who are aware about advanced placements, AP exams, my suggestion, please write them. Take at least 2-3 AP exams. Each AP exam can reduce your cost of education if you are going abroad by 10 lakh rupees. That's the value. So my team will give you a WhatsApp message as well. And somebody from the guide team will try and give you a call once tomorrow. If you pick up, you can ask all your questions to them. If you do not pick up, you can then call back whenever you want to. But yesterday was too late for you to start SAT prep, take the career assessment, because एक चीज याद रखिएगा, प्रोफाइल भी तब बनेगी जब करियर क्लियर होगा. You can't create a data science profile when your child's career is psychology. Get that right. You cannot select the right subjects without the right career. You do not know the optional subject for your child without the career. And you need to find out which are the right colleges for your child. With that, taking a 2-minute break and coming back to you, link is coming in your chat. All right, I'm back. And just to tell you, we also offer underguide, college application, and profile building services. But please remember, High School Moms is not an agent. We only and only work for top 150 ranked universities of the world. And that requires not just your money, but an effort from your side. Forget about your child. You got to be involved if you want to send your child. I promise you, if your child gets above 85% and your child listens to us, we'll get you some scholarship. How much? I cannot promise because it depends on their profile and it depends on their SAT score. So प्लीज डू नॉट कम टू अस इफ यू आर नॉट इन अगर अब क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर पूछना है तो तभी रुकिएगा जब कैमरे पे आके पूछना है नंबर वन वाइल आई अंडरस्टैंड किसी और का क्वेश्चन आपकी भी क्वेरी आंसर कर सकता है सो यू शुड स्टे बट प्लीज ओनली स्टे इफ यू आर इंटेंशनल about your child studying in the best of the universities in the world. If you are not intentional, you're free to go because we only focus on top 150 in the world, including India. और जैसे मैं अपने बच्चे को सलाह देता हूं वैसे आप लोगों को दे देता हूं अप्लाई करते वक्त ये मत सोचो इंडिया या आउटसाइड इंडिया विल टेक दैट डिसीजन ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द ऑफर लेटर्स लाइंग ऑन आवर टेबल कि कितना अफोर्डेबल है नॉट बिफोर दैट ओके लेट्स टेक अ क्वेश्चन लॉट ऑफ किड्स wanting to ask question will go to as per my screen will go to Arushi Gupta because she raised two hands. Arushi, introduce yourself, which school, which class, which city, and your question quickly. I can't hear you, beta. Can't hear you. Okay, check your mic. I'll come back again. I'm coming back again, beta. Don't worry. I'll come back to you. Sanvi, Saxena.
Yeah, sir. Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm in grade 11. I've chosen commerce without math, but with psychology. So
Okay.
I mean, I had tried maths for the first 1 or 2 trial period.
Which city, which school, beta?
So I live in Gurgaon, and I am currently studying in the Heritage Experiential Learning School.
Okay.
Sector 16.
My son goes to Heritage.
Oh, so which
He's,
grade?
he's in grade 11 too, but he's part of IB curriculum.
Okay, okay.
His name is Shivansh Gupta. Go ahead. Ask me your question.
So, sir, I am interested in graphic designing. So, the main question is, can AI take over graphic designing? I mean, not designing posters. Like, you might have seen the Apple website, no? So you have a lot of graphics there of an iPhone which moves and stuff. So, can AI take over that?
Wonderful question, beta. The answer is a yes or a no. The answer is a yes if you're only going into graphic designing. But if you're going into graphic communication, then you need an expert. And that's why I always suggest if you can find a university where you can study graphic designing along with media and communication, then AI will not take over your job.
Okay.
And you can look at doing that at Flame in India. Go and research. They have a design program. Along with you can study media and communication or social media marketing. And then you will be irreplaceable. You have not taken mathematics, which does not make me happy. But please take the SAT. At least SAT maths will prove to the universities that you are capable of handling basic mathematics.
Okay.
I already see a lot of people buying GPaths and Student Club. Anjali Ingole, you are there. Thank you so much. Okay.
So,
Any
sir,
other question, beta?
Yes, sir. So, along with graphic designing, I'm also interested in marketing because I recently watched a show named Emily in Paris. So, she's a marketing executive, and I'm quite inspired by her. So, I researched quite a lot.
Again, the same answer. For getting into marketing, you do not need to do BBA or BBA bachelor's in marketing. You need to do media and communication because marketing people know about how to talk and what to talk and convey a story.
Okay.
Okay. That's media and communication if you want to get into marketing. I hope I've answered your question.
Yes.
Have
So
you
is there
taken the SAT?
No, sir, not yet.
Please
Because
take it.
I was thinking to get into design, so I didn't know that SAT, if you want to become a design student, you
You
also
can
have
get into design as long as you are comfortable designing on computer. Have you learned anything in CAD and CAM?
not yet, sir. I will be
Then take my suggestion. Do not go into designing. Take media and communication major and maybe design as minor instead of vice versa.
okay. Because
Because
sir,
there is no
I mean,
designing on paper anymore.
mhm.
Designing is computer aided designing and computer aided multimedia. And if by school you do not know it, then you will struggle at the university level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, beta. All right. I'll go to Arushi Gupta once again. Try her. She was wanting to. Arushi, beta, you want to try? Can't hear you again, beta. Can't hear you. Come back to you again. We'll try once more. Don't worry. You can write your question in a DM to me, Arushi, because you are in the on the camera. I will answer it. Okay. Awesome. Any question I will like to take now? A parent. Any parent. Okay. Anant Mundra.
Hello, sir. Very informative program, first of all. And my kid Anant is in grade 10 and he's in IB board.
Okay.
And at present, he has taken up Max Extended till now and he has mostly completed the Max Extended curriculum. But I want him to focus on the extracurricular activities. And so, should I shift him to Max Standard and
No,
later on grade 11 again he can take up applied maths?
no. Number one, he's in IB curriculum
Yes.
or he's in A levels. Which one is he following?
He's
IB or A levels?
IB board, Switzerland.
IB board. Now understand this. Number one, in IB, there is nothing called applied maths. There are only two kinds of maths in 11th and 12th in IB, which is DP1 and DP2. One is called maths AA and the other is called maths AI.
Okay.
Okay. And both of them are available on higher level and standard level. If your child is already studying extended, why do you want to reduce his career options by
Sir,
reducing the competency of maths?
sir, he's in at present in grade 10 and he has
Which is,
taken maths extended.
which is okay. So let
Uh,
him do maths extended.
but if he wants to attain like out of 56, if he want to be a topper like 55 or it, so there are chances he can go at present for the first summative assessment. He scored around 80 to 85 in max extended. He can work hard and improve his level. But like if suppose if he wants to
एक
take a,
question पूछूं मैम आपसे.
yes sir.
Have you decided his career? What is the career he's getting into?
Sir, he will be taking up PCM, physics, chemistry, maths, and mostly go into like what in not engineering but data sciences and all. And later on
So which
through
means he
management.
needs higher level of mathematics. Let him
Yes,
continue with higher level of mathematics.
but sir,
Few
if his level,
percentage point,
yeah, if his
some
by
marks less, some marks less does not matter. मैम बहुत simple है. If you want me to say what you want to hear, please go to standard maths.
okay, no, right, sir, I got
आप
it.
इसको बार बार पुश कर रहे हैं. रियलिटी मेरे को पुश करने से चेंज नहीं होगी मैम. He is doing extended maths. Let him continue in extended maths. It's okay to lose 2, 3, 4 marks. It doesn't matter in grade 10. But he will be far more competent of studying higher level mathematics in grade 11 and 12 because IB में 3 सब्जेक्ट हायर लेवल के और 3 सब्जेक्ट लोअर लेवल which is called standard level के चूज करने पड़ते हैं.
Okay, sir.
And if he wants to go into data science, maths has to be at a higher level.
Right, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Has he taken the SAT?
Yeah, he's going to apply. He's from school. He's preparing for PSAT. So, but I will
Is he
recommend
an
him to take.
American citizen?
Yeah.
Is he an American citizen?
No, sir. Indian.
If his passport is not from US, then PSAT in grade 10 is useless. He needs to write SAT straight. PSAT for Indian students should be written in grade 9, not grade 10.
Okay, sir. Got it, sir.
Okay. Let's take, can somebody remove the spotlight? I can't see who else is there on the screen. Remove spotlight. Remove spotlight. Okay. We'll take one more parent and then come back to students. Okay, let's see if Arushi's message has come to me. Yes, to you, Arushi Gupta. Question 1. You had said that AI is snatching the jobs of people. Can we say that it is not it is an uncontrolled force of destruction and not an ally? For example, okay, Frankenstein's monster was a symbol of unintended. Question 2. I want to further my career in psychology. So how should I prepare myself for it? Okay. Number 1, beta. AI will not take over jobs. AI is changing how we should look at jobs. Very clear. Okay. So no jobs are going away, but people who are going into traditional jobs, they will find it difficult to be successful. You are going into psychology. Psychology is one career which AI will never replace. So you do not have to worry at all. Any human to human career will never get replaced by AI. To prepare yourself for psychology, a good thing would be that you do certain online programs on psychology. I can suggest you one program where you can start. It is called Introduction to Psychology by Yale University, and it is available on Coursera for 3,000 rupees. Start there. Then you should look at doing some internships in psychology. One such internship across the country is offered by Fortis hospitals for students of grade 10, 11, and 12 only. And then if you are keep wanting to become a psychology student, if it is possible, keep mathematics with it, because there is a career which is very high in demand called behavioral analytics, but it will require you to have mathematics along with psychology. I hope I've answered your question. Okay. No more questions from the chat. Let me take a question from a parent, Anurupa Mukherjee. Please introduce.
Hi, sir. Hi, my name is Anurupa and I'm located in Dubai. My son, he is in year 13, studying A levels, and his subjects are psychology, chemistry,
Year
history,
13,
and
year 13 British school?
year 13,
British school?
British curriculum. Yeah,
Okay.
that's right. That's right. Yeah. So history, psychology, English literature, and chemistry. These are his subjects. And he wants to do law. And we are looking at India, preparing for CLAT, and we are also looking at universities abroad in UK and Australia. However, he's keen on going abroad. The only thing is we're looking at scholarships. So we would require your help there, and also what would be better in terms of doing law from India or from abroad. And is there any other career option other than law with these subject choices? And he's planning to drop psychology, by the way. He's planning to drop because he only needs 3 A levels.
Okay. So very good question. Very interesting one. Number one, if India, then CLAT, yes. But please understand, OP Jindal kind of universities have moved away from CLAT and gone to LSAT Global. Okay.
Yeah, I'm abroad. Yeah.
If abroad, then LSAT and SAT. Start with SAT because SAT will prepare your child 60% for LSAT. So SAT will be taken care of. Other than law, a student with these subjects can get into multiple careers like international relations, public policy, and for those careers, no doubt, abroad is much more lucrative than India. If your child is looking at abroad, then I'm sorry to break the heart for you. Australia is not the place. I do not recommend students to go to Australia till the time they do not get into the top 3. That's it. because every other university in Australia gives commission. And a university which gives commission for admissions cannot be a good university. A great
Oh.
place to start undergrad is a place where after your degree, you do not have to do post-graduation. So yes, there are 3 good universities in Australia: UNSW, UQ, and University of Melbourne. Other than that, you should look at Singapore, US, and UK. And for all those, first suggestion will be SAT. To get into the top 100, your child might also need to write 2 or 3 APs because the subjects are less considering he's following international curriculum, that is A levels. And subjects are less because...
Sorry, you said subjects are less, meaning?
So I'll tell you, your child has chemistry, history, and English. To get into some of these careers, he would require to have economics. To get into some of these careers, he would require to have global studies or global perspectives, GP. And since he does not have this in school, there is a way out, which is called advanced placement exams. We can prepare your child for these exams in 3 months and fulfill the university requirements. To get scholarships, your child is already in grade 11. You need to start building
No,
your
13.
Sorry, grade 13, year 13.
Yeah. Year 13.
But and that's the confusion with British curriculum, right?
Yeah.
You start working immediately because you do not have much time. So my suggestion is, please speak to my team on 9958879749. It is India's number. And ask them about a comprehensive package for top 100 universities, irrespective of which career your child wants to take. Just remember, in UK, there are 13 universities which are approved by Bar Council of India. If your child goes to these 13, then your child will be allowed to work in India, otherwise not.
That's right.
However,
I'm aware.
In US and Canada, law is a postgraduate degree, which means you need to do any bachelor's first and then go and do a degree called JD, Juris Doctorate. Ideally, law should always be done in postgrad. Even in India, it's a postgrad degree, and that's why it is called BA LLB.
Yes.
Right? I personally do not recommend any integrated program like BA LLB because ChatGPT and AI is changing careers so fast that any 5-year degree can get you stuck without a U-turn.
But sir, even these undergrad degrees in Canada and US are 4 years, even in Australia.
That's correct. So it will take 4 and 2, 6.
Yeah. So that's the thing.
But after 4 years, how US and Canada works is, let's say you want to get into cybersecurity law. They will ask you to study bachelor's in cybersecurity or bachelor's in security so that you understand it, and then you do law in cybersecurity.
Correct.
Okay? That's how it works.
I totally agree with you. So basically what I want to do, can I book like a 1-on-1 session with you? Or
Yes,
if we could,
Yes, you can. It is not a part of GPaths or student club. My individual counseling.
No, I don't want that. I don't want student club. I don't want all that. I think maybe that
counseling, I'll repeat. My individual counseling, ma'am, can be taken from a number. You got to call up my EA, find out about my fees, how I function, and then my individual counseling appointment can be booked from there. The number is...
That's right.
99.
Yeah.
9910 22 5520.
But sir, CLAT, you suggested CLAT. He's already working on CLAT, and that's a 5-year degree, integrated.
That's okay. Let him apply for it. See, we don't want to close any option. We want to increase the option and then pick the best option.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I believe in that.
So let
increase options.
Let him prepare for CLAT. But if he is not preparing for SAT, Because preparing for CLAT will not prepare him for SAT. Preparing for SAT will prepare him 60% for CLAT.
But since he's already preparing for CLAT, will he already be prepared for SAT?
No,
Little
he'll
bit
not be prepared for SAT.
in quant and English.
CLAT is an Indian exam. SAT is an American beast.
Correct.
So he needs to prepare for SAT
All
separately.
right.
SAT is accepted in India,
Mhm.
yes, but it's an American exam, right?
Yes, it is.
You can speak on that number, and ma'am,
So
we'll. Go
sure,
ahead.
sure. Let's do that. Sure.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
Okay, let's go to one kid now. Ina Mina Mina Mo. समर्थ अग्रवाल, बहुत देर हो गई बेटा तेरे को करते हुए. चल, introduce yourself.
My name is Amit Agrawal. Currently, I'm studying in grade 10th in Children's Academy International School, but I'm in ICSC.
Somebody connected with me, some principal from Children's Academy. Anyways, go ahead.
So, sir, I'm now in Commerce Eco. I'm not taking maths, absolutely. My mother was talking about past 2 months about data science. But when I attend your session, then I know that I want to take maths for data science. So can you tell me what I can take if I have taken Commerce Eco in further of my life after grade?
Are you looking at studying in India or outside India?
Both are my options.
इंडिया में नहीं कर पाएगा बेटा. इंडिया में डेटा साइंस की डिग्री के लिए तेरे को मैथ्स स्कूल में ही लेना होगा. But outside India, I can prepare you for an exam called Advanced Placement in Mathematics called Calculus. That 3 months of preparation will make you write Calculus BC. Okay, somebody is talking from behind. Avni, I think your mic is on, is it? No?
No, Abhishek.
Okay, somebody's mic was on. All right, so we can prepare you for Calculus exam. It will take you 3 months and it will suffice for all international universities. But before that, you need to write SAT.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
And I have
certain programs in India, you will be able to apply for data science without mathematics on the basis of your SAT score if your SAT maths is okay.
Okay. Sir,
Okay.
I want to tell, recently I have talked to my mother, please give, yeah, I want to take SAT in December, but she told no because of my academics. She want to took in next year in 2025.
तो फिर तेरी जगह मम्मा को यहाँ बिठाना चाहिए था ना, तब मेरा सेशन सुनती तो उनको
She's
समझ
in
में.
Bangalore. She's in Bangalore.
So then you need to call her up today and say I attended
I have
this.
called now only in break.
Ask her to attend some of my session. मेरे को एक चीज पता है बेटा, समर्थ, and listen to this carefully.
Yes.
तेरे को लगता है तू एकेडमिक्स और एसएटी एक साथ कर लेगा?
Not surely.
जब तक तेरे को नहीं लगता है तो फिर मैं कैसे कन्विंस करूं उनको? मुझे इतना पता है, SAT is such an outlet that people who prepare for SAT also improve in their school exams because SAT is very funny, very interesting. Yes, it's tricky. I'll give you an example. चल एक गेम खेलते हैं. मैं तेरे को एक स्टेटमेंट हिंदी में बोलूंगा, उसको इंग्लिश में ट्रांसलेट कर. मैं तुझसे प्यार करता हूं. Translate it.
I love you.
Perfect. Great. अब मैं हिंदी में एक स्टेटमेंट बोलूंगा, उसको इंग्लिश में ट्रांसलेट कर सकता है क्या? या चल मैं इंग्लिश में ही बोलता हूं तो हिंदी में कर दे. I love only you.
मैं तो तुमसे प्यार करता हूँ.
Only I love you.
मैं सिर्फ तुमसे प्यार करता हूँ.
गलत. सिर्फ मैं तुमसे प्यार करता हूँ.
सिर्फ.
3 statements, 3 different meanings, only 1 word changed. Only. Welcome to the world of SAT. The most obvious answer is the most incorrect answer. And that's why you cannot prepare for SAT yourself. Because this exam is not about concepts. You don't need to learn formulas. You do not need to learn square, square roots, cube roots, because calculator is allowed. And you'll still go wrong. And that's why a grade 9 student can do SAT as well as a grade 12 student. And that's why the score is valid for 5 years. And इसीलिए मैं हमेशा बोलता हूं जो SAT कर लेता है वो इतना बड़ा आउटलेट. Why is that? Ladies and gentlemen, please understand this. I'll give you 50 examples, including Navya, including Agrim, including so many other students with us who are great in their extracurriculars and still toppers of their school. You will always see somebody who is great in extracurriculars is also great in academics. You know why? Because पढ़ते पढ़ते scientifically दिमाग थक जाता है. जब आप कुछ और करते हो तो दिमाग रीसेट होता है तो आपको ज्यादा अच्छे से समझ में आता है. And that's why my son is an A-star kid and also world's #1 debater. So your SAT will help you improve your school scores also, because maths is maths and English is English. अब तू डिसाइड कर तू कर सकता है कि नहीं कर सकता, बिकॉज तेरी मम्मा को तेरे अलावा खुदा भी कन्विंस नहीं कर सकता.
Okay.
Okay, later, because I have to take more questions. I'll take one more parent, Pooja Rathod. कहाँ गई पूजा जी? Okay. Introduction.
Hello, sir.
Hello,
Am
ma'am.
I
Please.
audible?
Yes, you are.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, I'm from Pune. My son is in 10th grade ICSE Vibgyor School,
Okay, wonderful.
and he's taken up commerce, eco, and physical education.
Okay.
And he's more into kind of sports.
Okay. Go ahead.
So could you guide me as to what can he, pursue his career with these three combinations? Commerce, eco.
Why don't you make him pursue a career in sports only if he's interested in sports? There are 4
Yeah, so-
careers in sports: sports analytics, sports management, sports marketing, and sports psychology. And all 4 careers are too much in demand today, especially with privatization of sports. Sports analytics is sports management plus mathematics plus computer science. Sports psychology, as long as a child has psychology or intends to study psychology. Sports marketing is commerce, business management, marketing, and sports management. And which one was the कोई एक भी और बोला था ना, मैं भी थक गया यार.
Analytics, psychology, management, and marketing.
Yeah, and sports management is a standalone degree in itself.
Sir, can you he's with me right now attending this session. Ekhada, if you are able to give me a example so that it makes him more confident. कि
Example
जैसे
of
कि
what,
sports
ma'am?
sports psychology मतलब किस type का होगा वो? What kind, I mean, or the university
Ever
where he
seen-
can.
Have you? Okay, so there is no university which will immediately teach you sports psychology. First, you have to do bachelor's in psychology and master's in sports psychology.
Okay.
You cannot learn any high-end area of psychology without knowing psychology, right?
Right.
So you cannot learn clinical psychology. First, you have to learn psychology, then clinical psychology. You cannot learn
Okay.
forensic psychology. First psychology, then forensic psychology.
So which college to approach?
Any good colleges for bachelor's in psychology. Look at Flame. Look at Ashoka. You are
Okay.
from Pune. Look at Ferguson College, Pune.
Okay, wow.
Right? Flame is in Pune. Has he written
Yes.
the SAT?
No, I just got to know about
तो
SAT
तो
in
फ्लेम
detail in
हवा
this
में थोड़ी
session.
ना फ्लेम हवा में थोड़ी ना अप्लाई कर पाएगा. एसएटी तो दिलाइए.
Okay.
I'm
And
very amazed, you know. अभी मेरे पास जो लोगों के emails आ रहे हैं, and I'll take the names: Gursimar, Naisha, so many others, Tanujpal, Arush, Anjali, Purvi. Thank you so much for taking GPaths. But there are only, out of almost 60, 70 emails I've got, only 11 of you have taken student club. Are you kidding me? How will you build your profile without student club? You don't even know which activities to do. So ideally, you should take a combo of GPaths and student club. What are you guys doing? फिर वही गलती कर रहे हो. Half thing is dangerous. फिर वही गलती. करियर पता कर लेंगे, प्रोफाइल नहीं बनेगा तो फ्लेम में एडमिशन कैसे होगा? अशोका में एडमिशन कैसे होगा? एटलस में एडमिशन कैसे होगा? सिम्बायसिस में अब एडमिशन कैसे होगा? So please guys consider, think about it. Anyways, ma'am, I've given you your answer. I'll have to take more questions. I'll go to one student now. अग्रिम, तेरे को भी क्वेश्चन है? तू तो मेरा स्टूडेंट है, चल पूछ ले बेटा. And then we'll come to Ahana Khattar. बहुत टाइम से ट्राई कर रही है बेटा. I also want to go to Zoha Kant. Zoha, बेटा आर यू ओके? तू ऐसे गुमसुम होकर के क्यों बैठी है? Okay, I'll come back to you. Agrim, question.
Yes, sir. Sir, I would like to ask two questions. One is, I'm a PCM student, okay, and I want to pursue data science in future. So, which AP exam should I consider writing in 2025?
जा,
Okay, I'm maybe thinking of in
लिखता जा,
2025.
लिखता जा.
Okay,
लिख. AP Micro Economics, AP Macro Economics, AP Calculus BC. किस कंट्री में जाना है?
I'm a UK US region.
Are you planning to
No, sorry.
tap into top 150?
I'm sorry. US Canada region. I'm planning to target Ivy Leagues or the Lester B. Pearson scholarship.
ठीक है. फिर उसके अलावा दो और, AP US History and AP Human Geography. Why? Because apart from sciences and economics, maths, you also need to prove to Ivy Leagues that you have a knowledge and interest in interdisciplinary subjects. All Ivy Leagues require a great engineer to also be great at psychology or business management or political science. Because problem क्या है Ivy League का? Admission ले लेती है दुनिया, but drop out कर जाती है because everybody out there is an intelligent kid. So they want students who can talk about anything and everything under the sun. So these are the
Agreed.
eight to consider. पहले चार जो थे वो मैंडेटरी हैं, लास्ट के दो जो बोले वो ऑप्शनल हैं, बट ऑप्शनल वाला तेरे लिए मैंडेटरी अगर स्कॉलरशिप चाहिए तो.
Okay,
And
sir.
speak to guide prep team, Genius Zen team, they will help you prepare.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
And one more, how can I engage in impactful volunteering and social work in a way that it seems genuine on my profile and it also does not look like I'm doing it just for the sake of
Very
college
interesting
applications?
question. Do not go to an NGO for the heck of going it. The idea is when you do impactful volunteering, you have to define what impact you are looking at.
Yeah,
So
like
I think
quantitative. I want to mention some quantitative.
yeah, so number of people do not matter. Can you impact a life of one individual? I'll give you an example. Navya ने क्या किया था? Navya did not go to an orphanage and teach. She went to an orphanage to talk to the kids, and then she wrote a book when they became my teachers.
Yeah, I follow her on LinkedIn, so
Right?
I knew about that. Yeah.
वो किया था. शिवांश ने क्या किया? Shivansh has created Teen Debater Club. That's also society building and community building. He's not going to any NGO, but he's teaching debating free of cost to other students. So my salah is, instead of doing anything else, can you become an active member of the Teen Debater Club?
Okay. Yes, of course I
Help it.
can. Yeah.
Yeah, because you are in the debating and MUN society. Use that skill to teach others debating and MUN, and that's volunteering. Because debating MUN will build their problem solving, critical thinking, logical skills. And for India to grow, the youngsters need to have these skills. And that's your pitch.
Okay, so I'm also the founder of my school's oratory and debate club. Okay, so if I take seminars of the students there, does that also count as volunteering and all?
200% beta, 200%.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
200%. कई बार ना चीज हमारे सामने होती है, हमें दिखती नहीं है. तेरे सामने है, वो ही कर ले. I promise you it will be enough. But don't compromise on your SAT and APs, huh? Because you're
No,
targeting
I'm
Ivy League.
I'm taking the SAT on 2nd of November. I've
Wonderful.
registered. Yeah.
Wonderful. Ahana Khattar.
Hi, I'm a student in currently 10th grade. I'm thinking of taking up interior designing. So I would love to have some advice on that and like what APs I should prepare for.
You're looking at going abroad?
Yes.
Okay. Number one, लिखिए AP psychology. AP Calculus, AP US History, these three. Now, why these three? Because to become a great designer, you need to understand the psychology of your client. You are a designer, not an artist. As an interior designer, you cannot design what you want to design. You have to design what your clients want you to design. Okay? So psychology.
Yeah.
AP US history, because designs all over the world are affected by the culture and history. And that's why a British architecture is very different than a interiors of Mughal buildings, is very different than interiors of, let's say, European buildings. And number
Yeah.
three, AP calculus, because you need to understand mathematics. There is no designing possible today without computers. And in interior designing, you'll need to do a lot of calculation, angles, geometry, trigonometry to come up with the best design possible. So these three. Next question quickly if you have one.
Can you also tell me, like, I have studied that interior designing is like a very vast stream. So taking humanities with math, is it a good background?
It is a good background, beta. You do not have to worry because for interior designing, any subject combination will do because you need to prepare your portfolio of 12 to 15 designs. Okay?
All right. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. Okay. Zoya Kant. वृद्धि आ रहा हूं तेरे पास बेटा. Zoya.
Yes, sir. So my question actually,
Introduction.
firstly,
Which school, which city, which class?
I'm from Srinagar, Jammu and Kashmir. I study in Kashmir Harvard School, and I'm in grade 12 with J&K Boards of School Education, State Board.
Number one. Thank you so much. It's very rare I get students from Kashmir, and I have visited there, and it's a beautiful place. And unfortunately, I always say that Srinagar was 3 hours away from Delhi. If I would have taken flight also, it took me 30 years to come to Srinagar, and that was my bad luck. Okay. Go ahead, ask your question, beta.
So my question is actually I'm a person who's interested in many things and I'm confused. So I'm interested in psychology because I'm passionate about educating people about mental health, kind of making a change, making a small step by eradicating the stigma about mental health and stuff like that. That is there, like if somebody's not doing mentally well, we call him sick or mental patient and whatnot in the society. So I'm passionate about just being somebody who contributes to this field in a way or other. Also, I'm an artist. I love doing painting and other arts, be it the traditional art or abstract, or so I'm interested in art also, and I'm also like passionate and kind of fascinated by interior design and architecture. Also, my parents want me to do engineering, computer engineering, mostly. So I don't know what pathway I should choose. My subjects are PCM and my optional is information practices. So what do you think I should go with?
Number one, first take GPATs, beta, because what you told me is just interest. What I do not know is your aptitude and skills. So I cannot guide you a career without taking GPATs. So take that assessment. We have sent you the link. After that, what will happen is either your entire doubts will get cleared, or if your doubts do not get cleared, then join me on one of the other sessions and I'll clear them. But 99% of the chances it will get cleared. Having said that, your subjects are fine. And in today's time, in best of the universities in India and outside India, you will not have to choose between one or the other. You can do both. You can study psychology with design. You can study psychology with media and communication. You can study psychology with business management. You can study psychology with biology. And we have universities in India which give you that option. I always suggest this to all the parents and students. एक favor करो अपने आप पे. go ahead and do a degree, which is called dual degree, like major and minor. Don't do one specialization, because one specialization will only give you one job. But research says when you do a major minor combination, you get 31 jobs. Okay. So
Yes,
please.
yes, sir. I also wanted to ask, for example, I go with I'm planning for US, and for example, I want to take computer science as my major. So since psychology comes and a psychology minor, so psychology kind of comes
And
with
it's an amazing combination, because you know what? I'll tell you, everybody thinks that AI is only about coding. They're all wrong. AI has two roles. One is called a coding role, and the other is called a strategist role. Now, answer this question. AI is computer's ability to understand human behavior, correct?
right
Which is that professional who understands human behavior the best?
psychologist.
Perfect. And that's why highest paid AI specialists of the world are not coders, but psychologists with the knowledge of computer science. So go ahead and take majors in computer science and minors in psychology, beta. And
So
you'll be
also
able to get into AI.
I had this doubt, like, should I take my psychology as my major or computer science as my major? If I take
Are
because
you
my
how good are you in mathematics on a scale of 9, 1 to 9?
I would rate it 7 or 8.
You can take computer science major and psychology minor.
Okay, sir. So which one is more better, computer science as major or psychology as a
Both
major?
of them will lead you to the same fields. The only thing is, if you are good with mathematics, take computer science major. If you're not so good with mathematics, take psychology major.
Okay, sir. So also my extracurriculars,
सारे
like I
क्वेश्चन आज
have.
ही पूछ ले कि दूसरे का नंबर नहीं आएगा. So I'm not answering anymore. Go ahead and take
Okay, sir.
GMATs. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Have you taken the SAT?
I'm planning for October 5 attempt.
Very good. Prepare well. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Riddhi, बहुत देर से कोशिश कर रही है.
Finally.
Introduce yourself.
Okay. So, first of all, this was a very,
Introduce yourself.
kya?
Introduce yourself, beta.
Yes. I am Vritti Pandey. I'm in grade 10th. I am currently studying in Euro School, Thane.
Okay.
Okay. Now can I begin?
Yes, you can.
First of all, I'd like to say this was a very waking me up to reality kind of session. I was literally dreaming now. That's what I think. And yeah, so first I'd like to ask you, I have two questions. Okay, pehle se. First of all, what are like some things that would make my profile stand out from like others? What are some things I can do?
Okay. The answer to that question is there is a terminology. तूने बहुत difficult question पूछ लिया, अब difficult answer के लिए तैयार हो जा. तूने बोला प्रोफाइल स्टैंड आउट करना चाहिए, मतलब it should be better than the most. Correct?
Yes.
For profile to stand out, especially for the top 100 universities of the world to get scholarships, तीन चीजें लगेंगी बेटा. One is called academic profile, which will include, and I'm talking about if you want scholarships, which will include your school marks, your SAT and APs, and bare minimum 3 APs to 4 APs. Okay? That's number one. तेरे पास चांस है APs लिखने का in the May. अच्छा, APs साल में एक ही बार होता है. So you are in grade 10, SAT इस साल लिख. 2-3 AP May of 2025 में लिख. Okay? And 2-3 APs May of 2026 में लिख. ब्रेक कर, सब कुछ एक साथ मत कर. Okay? And you'll be good to go. That's your academic profile. Second will be your profile towards your area of interest. इसके लिए जरूरी है career identify करना. So have you identified your career?
Okay, so I had before this session, I want to take PCB and psychology. Before this session, it was like I want to go in the medical field, either psychology or MS, surgery mein.
Okay. So let's say you want to go into psychology and you want to become a clinical psychologist or a forensic psychologist or whatever, or a counseling psychologist like me. Start doing online courses in psychology other than school, so that you can prove to universities that your interest in psychology is beyond academics.
All right.
Then There is something called super curricular. Super curricular will mean either a passion project or a research project or both. Super curricular will make you stand out. Research you can do under an international faculty and get your research paper published. क्या खुद से कर पाएगी? आज सुन ले, no. You'll have to have a counselor like us or a good counselor who will be able to guide you to that journey, and it will cost money. Now, in terms of passion project, let's say you want to do psychology. Can you think about doing a passion project in mental health? Can you start a project,
Yes.
Smiley Mind? Can you start a project called Happiness Inside? Can you start a and think about what that project can do? How can you involve more people? जैसे मेरे बेटे ने एक सुपर करिकुलर क्या किया है, उसको डिबेटिंग अच्छा लगता है तो उसने डिबेटिंग क्लब लॉन्च कर दिया. Okay, and I'll show you how it has become his super curricular. This is his website. Okay.
Yeah, I visited it during the break.
Okay. Now look at this. His website has his team. He's not doing it alone. That is him. He has a management team from around the world. He has an organizing team from around the world. He has a social media team of his own. He has a technology team of his own. And so what he has done is, other than teaching, he's proving that he can take all his friends together and make them work together.
That's amazing.
Okay. So you need to find that out. Okay. Ask your parents, if you're really wanting to get into the best of the universities, no beta, then yesterday was too late. Ask your parents to call us. I'll help you. Okay.
Please. Thank you.
Fine. All right. Niyati Agarwal. Quickly.
Good evening, sir. I'm Niyati Agarwal, based in Amritsar Springdale Senior School. I'm in grade 10. So, I plan on to major in economics and computer science. And I know for a reason that there are obviously a lot of options which are available there. But for a long period of time, till 9th grade, I didn't want to go into this field. I was more of a biotech person. So it was this year only, because I'm a debater as well. And I discovered that, okay, I like economics and I want to do something in it. Right. So now the question I want to ask is more of a subjective question. So my question is that I want to remove the self-doubt I have in myself as to the different path of extracurricular activities that I'll be taking. I have this doubt whether the extracurricular activity that will be required, that would be aligning with my field I want to go in and aligning with my passion, whether I will be able to do it or not. So if you could guide me, how should I remove that self-doubt?
Okay, number one, I can't remove the self-doubt. You have to look into the mirror and tell yourself, I'm worth it. That's it. That's it, beta. I always tell these to all the kids. जिनको ये लगता है ना बेटा, and I'm sorry if I'm breaking your heart, but अच्छे से सुनना. I'm answering you like a father. I know your father is sitting next to you, but I'm answering you like a father. Okay? जो बच्चे आकर के ये बोलते हैं ना, I am not motivated, I need motivation, please motivate me. They are never the ones who will become successful. Because successful people do not need external motivation. They're motivated from here. So the first thing I'll suggest you is, अपने कमरे में ना बड़ा बड़ा लिख दे, I'll do it. और उसको मिटाना मत, और रोज देख उसको. And self-affirmation is the only way you can remove self-doubt. Okay? दूसरा, extracurricular activities, there is nothing better than debating and you're already a debater. जब भी मेरे पास कोई डिबेटर आता है तो मैं उसको एक ही चीज बोलता हूं, you're already in the best extracurricular activity. Why do you want to do anything else? Just keep on doing debating and more debating. Please join Shivan's Teen Debater Club.
I have.
You have joined it?
I have.
Wonderful. Very good. Try and contact him. He's available online.
Yeah.
Tell him, because जैसे तू अपने पापा की नहीं सुनती ना, वो भी मेरी नहीं सुनता। तो अगर मैं उसको बोलूंगा कि नियति को लेके आ, तो बोलेगा आप क्यों बोल रहे हो? ही इज अ वेरी सेल्फ मोटिवेटेड किड. इफ यू शो हिम that you are worth it, he will immediately lap onto you and give you roles. You got to show him.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I follow him on Instagram, so I see his account every day, and I'm just so motivated on seeing him because he's so dedicated towards every field he's taken. So just kudos to that.
Thank you for my genes, beta. I can only say that. Having said that, I don't think you need to focus on anything. Ask Shivansh. I will not share this journey. Ask
Yeah.
Shivansh, and he's elder to you. Call him Bhaiya. Say, Shivansh, Bhaiya, please tell me. मैं एक चीज हमेशा बताता हूं, सामने कोई भी हो, रिलेशन अगर बना लोगे तो काम बहुत तेजी से होगा.
Definitely.
Nobody is somebody. Everybody is uncle, bhaiya, bhabhi. That's how you win the world. प्यार दे, प्यार ले. मैं भी देखता हूं, तू उसको भैया बोला, वो मना कैसे करता है, मुझे भी देखना है. So I genuinely suggest you continue with debating and do not focus on anything else, and try and ask Shivansh, how did you participate in Oxford sitting from India? How did you participate for University of Toronto sitting from India? These are debating competitions which you can participate sitting. सिर्फ फाइनल तक सेलेक्ट होगी तब ना वहां जाना है पैसा खर्चा करके. तू फाइनल में पहुंच, मैं तेरे पापा के पीछे पड़ जाऊंगा ले जाने के लिए. पहुंच तो सही. Have you taken SAT?
I'll be taking it next year in August, and APs next year in May.
इस साल क्यों नहीं? Why next year?
Because I was not sure till this year whether I need to go abroad. So
Lady,
I have
if you are getting motivated by Shivansh, then what are you learning? If you got to learn one thing from Shivansh, this is it. Prepone your decisions. Next year लेगी तो एक ही बार ले पाएगी. इस साल से चालू किया तो 2 बार ले पाएगी. And best score will be counted. और जब मैं कह रहा हूं, वही गाइड ने शिवांश को प्रिपेयर किया, वही गाइड से तू प्रिपेयर करेगी ऑनलाइन. जब मैं बोल रहा हूं मैं दोबारा, तू मेरे बेटे को तो फॉलो कर सकती है, मेरे को नहीं कर सकती. डोंट मेक मी जेलस ऑफ माय ओन सन.
So she has taken G path day before yesterday. She has taken G path day before yesterday. We got the PDF. And what's the next step to, go about it?
Next step is call my team at 9958879749 and enroll her into SAT today. जब मैं बोल रहा हूं कि इस साल नंबर नहीं लाई, मैं अगले साल फ्री में पढ़ाऊंगा, पब्लिकली बोल दिया, इससे ज्यादा मैं क्या बोल सकता हूं बताइए? राइट? कराइए.
Got it.
Immediately. इस दिसंबर में देगी ये पहला अटेम्प्ट.
And sir, about the student council, right?
स्टूडेंट काउंसिल का लिंक अभी आया है, उस पर आप रजिस्टर कर लो अपने आप. हर 15 दिन में हम बच्चों को व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में ऐड कर देते हैं स्टूडेंट काउंसिल के. आज करेगी, 15 दिन में अपने आप उस ग्रुप में आ जाएगी.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Anyways, guys, I'm so sorry I gotta go. It's 11 p.m. in the night. I also have home to go to and a son who's looking forward to have dinner with me. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Have a good night's sleep. But remember one thing. आज डिसीजन लेके सोना, वरना तुम तो सो जाओगे, कल सुबह तुम उठोगे बट मोटिवेशन नहीं उठेगा. सो डिसीजन आज सोने से पहले ले लेना. ऑल द बेस्ट. बाय बाय.